Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us. Beautiful sunshiny day right here in downtown Birmingham. We are right on Woodward. You can see it right behind Joey. And we got a lot of stuff going on in today's show. Not only are we going to be qualifying somebody for that $25K kick for crypto coming up at 9 a.m., it's a Top 10 Tuesday. Trick. What do we call Trick? The ambassador of Detroit, the security of Detroit,
the real mayor,
the bodyguard, the real mayor of Detroit. He's going to be in the studio talking not only Pistons, but also he's got a new album coming out. Plus, we got a bunch of games to cover. I mean, draft lottery party is tonight, and we got a bunch of stuff going on planned for that. But first, let me introduce you to everybody that's up here today. My name is Stick. To my right.
What up, though? It's Corey.
To my left
is Joey. Good morning.
And then we have Alex making sure we look good in producer land. We have Fish making sure we sound good in the sound booth. And Paige and Jeff are here to regale us with their wonderful knowledge of all things sports. So thank you guys for being a part of the show. Make sure you're dropping your comments in the section where you need to on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We'll make sure to reply to them and get some of the best ones up on the screen today. So where do you guys want to start? I mean, let's start with the most important game of the day today. Game number two. Game number two, Western Conference Finals. We got the Clippers versus the Suns. And obviously the Suns took game one in pretty spectacular fashion by Devin Booker, putting up his first 40-point triple-double and his first triple-double of the playoffs, just marking his place, really putting his stamp on not only this entire playoffs, but so far this series, even though it's only been one game, it's Devin Booker's series.
It's Devin Booker's series, but I don't know if he's going to be able to have another 40-point triple-double tonight. And he also alluded to that in the post-game press conference. He said it may not be up to him to put on that kind of performance again, but he's definitely come alive these playoffs. And each playoffs, you're looking for a new character, a new star. Devin Booker is stepping into that limelight. And what more can you say about him? He is a whole problem. I felt that the Phoenix Suns were a good team without Chris Paul. Now they're showing that, but Chris Paul made them a great team. Now they're showing again with Chris Paul being out that, hey, the leader came in, he instilled some confidence in them, he showed them some correct things about how to play the game, and now they have their confidence going without him. It looks good for the Suns, but I think they're going to lose tonight.
You think the Suns are going to lose tonight?
Yeah, I believe that, again, everything went right for the Suns, and they still only won by 6 points. I do not think that Paul George is going to have another bad game like that again. He had a bad shooting game, but points-wise, he was aggressive. Him and Reggie Jackson looked good. I think that the rest of their supporting cast is going to come alive tonight and be able to go ahead and bring this thing up, even it up. And interesting thing I saw about the Suns so far, the Clippers so far as a series, they've opened up each series this playoffs down 0-2.
Yeah, and they've won each series.
They're
still playing.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to go down the whole 0-2 again. I just don't think. I think that's playing with fire. So expect the Clippers.
The further you go in the playoffs, messing around with that 0-2 start is going to get more impossible to overcome. I mean, obviously first-round matchups are first-round matchups for a reason, but once you get in the Western Conference Finals and you start out 0-2, percentages are not in your favor.
My biggest thing with the Clippers is we just need to see more than just Paul George and Reggie Jackson. If this team doesn't come out with everybody doing their role and playing their role.
Your boy Luke?
See, but that's the thing about Luke is Luke comes in and he drops a couple points and he's out. That's it.
Right.
So at most you're going to get 9 points out of Luke, and it's going to be 3 threes. That's it.
Hey, I need more than that. If I'm the owner of the Clippers, I'm giving you 4 years, $64 million. I need more than like 9 points.
Man, they only giving him 5 minutes.
that's all he earning.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, he did well. He came in, he hit some shots last game, but then, the law of averages worked itself out. Like, he hit his first 2, and then it's like, well, you're not going to shoot the rest of them. Kind of like DeMarcus Cousins. Like, when Cousins came in, what did he score? 11 points in the second quarter. And then, I was watching the game with my mom, and after he hit that 3-pointer, she was like, oh, God, now this guy's hit. I'm like, he got one. Expect him to miss the rest of the game because Cousins is not a prolific 3-point shooter. What do you guys think about the comparisons lately between Devin Booker and Kobe? I've been hearing that from everybody. This is the next Kobe.
It's
this is the
Kobe
next
mentality. Kobe. That's what they keep saying. I don't hear next Kobe.
When you're talking about offensively, yeah, I can see it because Devin Booker, just like Kobe, has that mid-range, starting to go ahead and creep out to the three-point line. I mean, he's already a three-point contest champion, but he's starting to creep out there a little bit more. So offensively, I see the comparisons. I see the mentality. But here's where I don't think they compare. Kobe could also play lockdown defense.
Yeah.
Devin Booker is barbecue chicken on defense. So when you want to talk about being able to score at a high clip, when they get hot, they're unconscious. Yeah, I can see the Kobe Bryant comparisons, but that's it. But also, too, I really hate when the media or anybody or these national media try to go ahead and label somebody the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James, the next Kobe Bryant. Let them be the first version of themselves because I want to be able to appreciate Devin Booker's game without having that cloud over his head of, oh, they're saying he's the next Kobe Bryant. So now you're looking at him like, oh, if he doesn't live up to that standard, then Devin Booker didn't hit his mark. No, Devin Booker's coming into his own right now and showing us he is deadly offensively. His confidence is growing. Just kill the comparisons.
Yeah, well, I saw it on national media.
Yeah.
It was like literally the headline, is Devin Booker the next Kobe Bryant? And it's like, I'm with you, man. Like, just let Devin Booker be Devin Booker. Like, let's see something new. And that's what I love about these playoffs so far is, whatever team wins the championship this year hasn't won a championship in at least 50 years. And there's 2 teams playing that have never won the championship. So, like, let's, reminiscing is great. But we got a new birth of the NBA right now with all these young and budding stars. But with that being said, I found some footage of what Kobe said about when he was playing against Devin Booker, and I thought this was pretty interesting.
Playing against Booker tonight, I mean, he went straight to my move. The first time he caught it, you're not gonna beat me on my move, man. Like, But I mean, it was great to see. It was absolutely great to see, because I remember I did the same thing with MJ. I think he's fantastic. I think he has the right attitude. He has the right competitive spirit. I think his footwork's extremely sound. His fundamentals are extremely sound. And now it's just about him figuring out exactly what his game is. And then he can go to that every single night and then make counters off of it. But the skills are there.
So as much as I don't love people comparing Devin Booker to Kobe, it's cool hearing Kobe be like, "This dude trying my moves."
Hey, Kobe. Who am I to challenge what Kobe Bryant says about somebody's, compared, with the comparison and whatnot. But I'm not gonna say it, Joey. Just what I'm thinking.
What? I don't know.
I'm not gonna say it.
I don't know. What is he thinking, Joey?
Corey, say it.
Effing Stanley Johnson.
Oh.
All he ever says.
All he ever says. But it was cool to hear Corey. It was cool
Kobe.
to hear. It was
wow.
Cool.
Corey just got compared to Kobe.
Corey Bryant over here.
I'm trying to get the Kobe frog going.
No, but it was cool to hear him talk about Devin Booker in that light. And obviously that footage is from more than a year or so ago. But it's just, you really haven't heard Kobe speak that way about many people. Like, at least I haven't. And when I found that.
They're few.
There's few.
It's really few. Like, he'll say it about a Devin Booker. He'll say some things about Kawhi, Paul George, Russell Westbrook. Hey, Adam, Russell Westbrook.
But Kobe doesn't watch games. He doesn't know basketball. He don't know shit about basketball. Adam knows everything.
But the players he does speak highly about, it's few.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have tried to beat Kobe on Kobe, though?
Right.
Dude literally busted his move out on him.
That's awesome. And then, like Kobe said, that's what I used to try to do to MJ. So it's good to see the ripple effect pass through generations. But yeah, I don't want to make this comparison that Booker is Kobe. Like, let's let that lie, because until he's got multiple championships, until he's in that conversation, he's not in that conversation. Does he have the skill set to be like Kobe? Yes. Is he Kobe? No. So let's just leave it at that, especially if you're on national media. Stop what you're doing.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk. We just don't know. Could Devin Booker be better than Kobe? You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. So don't put that ceiling on him. Devin Booker could become such a prolific scorer. We're like, damn, we've never seen anybody do anything like that. But just enjoy the game.
So you got the Clippers winning tonight?
I have the Suns. Want to put this out there. I have the Suns winning the series, but I have the Clippers winning tonight. I just don't think they can afford to go down 0-2 again. Like you just said, it's playing with fire the deeper you go into the playoffs, starting out 0-2.
Right. Joey, who you got winning tonight?
Man, I'm going Suns 2-0.
Suns 2-0?
Suns in 4. They're on their way. They're on their way.
Yeah, until that dude is wrong, you got to stick with Suns in 4 because I don't want to catch that ass whooping.
Who do you got?
You know what? I'm probably going to go with the Suns tonight. I think they're going to hold home court, and that's kind of been the way throughout a lot of these playoffs. It's either the home team's winning all the games or the road team's winning all the games. There's no in-between, not a lot of splits. So I think the Suns are still going to dominate. I think they were able to figure out a little bit more how to play without Chris Paul. That was my main concern going into the game, like who's going to control the tempo, who's going to bring the ball up the court. Because the one thing the Suns did have a lot of last game was turnovers. They were getting turned over quite often, and they were leading the fast break points. And if they can limit those, now that they've learned what to do without Chris Paul, I think they got a much better chance at winning this game too. That's where I'm going with it. If you guys are watching right now in the chat, who do you think is going to win today? Do you think it's going to be the Clippers, or do you think it's going to be the Suns? I know we're all winners because it's not a 10 o'clock start, so I'm happy about that. Uh-oh.
I'm laughing about something else. I'm sorry.
What are you laughing about, Corey?
I'm laughing about, I was really bringing this up. You threw me off. I'm laughing about Cameron. You're talking about stars needing to step up. Cameron Payne, that was a guy the Chicago Bulls said didn't even belong in the league.
Oof.
And now look at him.
And that's kind of what the Suns remind me of. Like, we always throw it back to the 2004 Pistons, but you have these role players that were just cast off and have something to prove. You got Payne, Crowder, he was in the championship last year, so it's not like he had a ton to prove, but he still wants that ring. Chris Paul, he's got everything to prove. Then if he wants to ever be like the elite of the elite, he's got to get his ring. And, Devin Booker, obviously he wants to live up to Kobe. Like, they have a lot of players that have been just kind of cast off that they put together and made a great team.
Yeah.
Ryan with the best comment ever. I'm going to wait for Mass to tell me to bet my house on the Clippers.
All I got to say is about Chris Paul, this is probably his best shot at winning a ring.
Yes.
By
for
far,
sure.
like next year when everybody comes back healthy, everything's going back to the normal season and schedule, thing is going to look a little bit differently because I think as far as next year goes, a lot of people are still sleeping on Golden State's coming back full strength next year. So this is his best shot. And I think, him being out for game 2, that's going to really hurt the Suns. But when he comes back, that's going to be good. He has some rest. He's going to be able to come out, do his thing. It's not going to matter tonight, though.
Yeah.
They're going to need him tonight.
Man, that's so, Chris Paul has never even been, right, to the finals?
No.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
So sad because, statistically, when you look at it, every team he goes to, he makes them better.
Yeah.
But he cannot still get them to that point.
He probably would have had a ring if it weren't for David Stern.
Yeah, he probably would have multiple rings. God, the face of the NBA would be so different right now if that Lakers trade went through.
I tell everybody this. If there would have been a Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant backcourt, Kobe probably would have had about 8 rings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't like comparing Booker to Kobe, but you're kind of seeing a junior version of it this year and what it could have looked like, at least offensively. We'll find out tonight who wins game 2. And also tonight, I'll be sipping on a nice cocktail made from 8 Mile vodka. If you haven't picked this up yet, you got to try it. So smooth, so good. Like, normally I'm a whiskey guy, but this has kind of switched me over, especially during the summer. You need something a little bit lighter, and that's where 8 Mile comes in. It's born in Detroit from all the guys here that work in Detroit. They want to make this a great brand. It's already a delicious vodka. Now it's up to you to go to the stores, pick it up, demand it, so we can keep the 8 Mile train going. 8 Mile vodka. Pick some up today.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And, of course, we have our app that is free for you to download. Just go to your Apple or Google Play Store right now, search WSN Live or just Woodward Sports Network, and you can download it for free. Got a big party going on tonight. We're just talking about 8 Mile Vodka, and, I may make an appearance tonight at the Pistons draft lottery party that we are hosting right here in our studio. So if you want to do a watch-along with us, tonight is the night. Joey, you are going to be here. I can't be here because I have a fantasy football draft, but you are going to be here. You were putting together the lineup of who's going to join you yesterday, and one big name we got added to the list. Are we allowed to announce it? I mean, confirmed, right?
Go ahead, tell them.
Rashad Phillips is going to be calling in and talking about the Pistons and the NBA draft
Ferndale's finest.
Ferndale's finest, UD,
UDM.
All Eyes on 3, Yoda, whatever you need to call this guy. I mean, he's probably the most insightful basketball mind out there right now. Like, he's getting mad respect from everybody on
Literally
Twitter.
LeBron the other day.
Yeah, LeBron was literally calling him Yoda the other day, so...
I mean, the dude he's right. He's right more times than not in his projections. I remember he said that the Pistons. This is the one that everybody missed on. He said the Pistons will regret not drafting C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, we regret that. I regret it. So Rashad Phillips is going to be joining us tonight, which is pretty amazing. We also got some other guests, Detroit Drew, who you may know from YouTube. Let's see.
Kool-Aid.
Detroit Kool-Aid is going to be here. Plus, he's going to be playing his new song that he made for Sadiq Bey.
You probably seen it, but you're like just in your head thinking that it's a song, right? No, this is recorded in the Woodward Sports Studio.
Yep.
With Kool-Aid himself, and it is fantastic. And also shout out to Pistons Talk. Our boy Anthony going to be a part of the show, but the biggest representation the Pistons are getting tonight is going to be Ben Wallace.
Yes.
Ben Wallace gets to be the one representing the Pistons at the draft lottery. And that's going to be awesome.
That is awesome. Actually, we have the whole list of who's being represented by who at the draft lottery tonight. And, there's a couple cool players in here. Let's see. You got Miles Bridges for the Charlotte Hornets. You got Chicago Bulls. Mark Eversley is going to be there. And then Kobe Attman for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's their general manager. And there he is. Big Ben Wallace for the Detroit Pistons. I love how they put title NBA legend. Golden State Warriors going to be represented by Rick Welts, the president and chief and the CEO, or the COO. And then the Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. The Dream is going to be
that's
there.
pretty sweet.
Damn. That is awesome. Also, NBA legend. Indiana Pacers, Nancy Leonard, former Pacers executive and widow to Hall of Fame coach Bobby Slick Leonard. Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, who was drafted last year, is going to be there as a player. New Orleans Pelicans, Swin Cash, former Detroit Shock. Swin Cash.
Man,
What, you mad? You still mad we don't have the Shock?
it's like their banners are just gone. Like they don't exist.
They moved to Tulsa.
I know, but
Vice President of Basketball Operations and Team Development for the Pelicans. OKC's got Nazi Mohammed, former Piston, who is now the Oklahoma City Blue GM and the Thunder Pro Scout. Orlando Magic, Jeff Weltman, President of Basketball Operations. Monty McNair for the Kings, GM. San Antonio sends Peter J. Holt, Managing Partner. That guy's just got money. That's all we know about him.
Yep.
And Toronto Raptors sending Fred Van Vliet, who I always thought was Fred Van Fleet for like 2 years, because he's just who has a Van Vliet? Who has two V's in their last name like that? But he's a player.
all I know is, man, Van Vliet, man, he comes to practice with the crispiest hairline ever in the world.
Yeah, I like Van Vliet's game, but I was glad the Pistons didn't pursue him this offseason because that was one of the rumors.
Yeah.
What are the Pistons going to do at point guard? Are they going to play max for Van Vliet? And they didn't.
I was like, please don't. We don't need him. We don't need him. Thank God.
Yeah, super happy about that. But yeah, that's who's going to be representing tonight. I can't wait to see Big Ben Wallace on the screen, man. Even though the Drive is no longer a part of the Pistons, though, right?
No, they're not.
So
the
he's not
affiliate.
representing the Drive anymore.
Nope. So he's not. So obviously, that is actually really weird.
Yeah.
Because not the affiliate, but I mean, he's always going to be an NBA legend, like they say for the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's interesting.
Ben, even though the Drive is gone, Ben is always at the LCA. So it's I'm not putting him in the same conversation as Magic Johnson. I'm just saying he's one of those guys that's always going to be at Pistons games like a Magic Johnson would be at a Lakers game.
Yeah, ever present.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not quite the billionaire Magic is, but, you know, we love our Ben Wallace here in Detroit. So hopefully he brings the gong tonight, and when we get that number 1 pick, he just goes boom and knocks that shit over. And we hear the big gong, because I'm looking forward to it. The odds are slightly in our favor if we want to get Hunger Games about it. If you throw up the odds right now on the screen, obviously Houston, they have the best shot of getting a top 5 pick, but there's really not much separation between us and Houston for the first 4. And then you look at 5 and 6, like that's where the separation comes from. They have a really heavy chance of getting that number 5 overall pick for Houston, and that's where we're hoping they land because that'll push us way to the top and really give us some better odds.
Are there any bets about where we will pick at? Because I think I have an idea.
Oh, there's always prop bets on where we can pick.
You
go to
put any money
MyBookie
at
and
one?
bet on those.
I'm gonna put my money on one.
You thinking one?
No. I'm gonna put my money on a bet. I should say.
Okay.
Don't say 5.
Oh no, it's gonna be in the top. It's gonna be in the top 3.
Okay.
But if you look, the top 3 teams all have the same percentages to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's the 5th pick is where things start to get a little bit squirrely. But, you know, we have the best chance of anybody. We're tied with 2 other teams to get the number 1 overall pick. We need this here in Detroit. After the Red Wings have been getting screwed damn near their whole lives, you know, the Lions, the record kind of dictates where they land. But the Pistons, we always pick 6, 7, 9. You know, we never get that number 1 pick. So tonight's the night, everybody. Like, and that's what I'm looking forward to about our watch party is getting the reaction video. Hopefully it's great, and you guys are in here celebrating. But even if it's bad, it's going to be a funny video. You guys all pissed off.
I'm going to say after 3 is when I'm going to get pissed. If it's one, I won't be too mad. If we get 1, I'm going nuts. But after 3 is when I'm going to be like, man, this is bullshit.
That's where I think we're picking.
3?
Yep.
That's what you bet on?
That's what I'm gonna bet on. Ben Wallace is there. Ben Wallace for 3.
See what you're doing?
We're gonna get 3. I just the feeling I got. Just the feeling I got.
All right. Jeff, you're going to be here for the watch party tonight, and you're a big Piston fan. What are you looking forward to seeing at the watch party?
I'm looking forward to seeing a top 2 pick.
Top 2?
I'm sick of. I want to be up there, man. I want to get either Cade or there's plenty of other talent, but I don't want to slip to the top 5, top 6, or anything like that. I just want to be in the top 3. I'll be happy. So, like Joey said, I'll be hyped.
Yeah. So anywhere in the top 3, you're happy
you're,
for
you're
tonight?
guaranteed at least a transcendent player. I mean, you got 3 guys in this draft that you can call pretty much will be transcendent. So after that, you're kind of slipping away. So top 3, I'll be happy.
So if we fall out of that tier, that's
I might cry.
Yeah. Fish, what are you thinking, buddy? I know you don't care about it, but what are you thinking?
This is why I don't get excited, because we're gonna get like 4, 5, and 6. You guys are gonna come on tomorrow and you're gonna get pissed.
We don't need that pessimism.
What if we get number 1 though, Fish?
Well, that's very exciting, but the odds of that happening are not too likely,
14%.
and it's the lottery, so they're just gonna pick a ball and.
How is it not too likely?
see.
There's 2
So-
other teams that we're competing with the same percentage as us, Fish.
Yeah, but there's 3 teams that have 14%, and the higher percentages for us are picks 3, 4, and 5.
No, the higher
4 and 5.
percentages
4
are
and 5?
5 and 6, I believe, for us. We're at 20% for each one of those, essentially.
Hey, if New Orleans can get Zion with their percentages, I'm sure we can get the number 1 pick. All right, that's all I'll say.
And you know damn well the NBA didn't want Zion going to New Orleans.
Yeah, shit. Now we may be able to get Zion. He wants out. He wants out, man. If we get the number 1 pick, do you trade him for Zion? Would you trade him for Zion?
Hell yeah.
I'd do anything for Zion.
pause.
Ain't no pause. I'd do anything for Zion. All right, pause.
That's a big boy. You better reconsider, Joey. So, Fish, are you excited at all? Like, I know us talking about this, has it made you more interested in the draft or less interested, or you just don't care anyway?
Let me say this. The screen will be on the draft lottery.
Yeah!
So I will have it on. I will be multitasking, which is normal for me, but I will have the screen on one of my screens. Don't know which one.
How many screens do you have,
What's
Fish?
your setup like?
Well, I have a TV, but depends on if my parents are watching. If they're watching something, I'll probably throw it on either the laptop or the tablet or my phone.
What do your parents like to watch?
Whatever.
Yeah.
They just watch whatever. They
you watch The Bachelor with them?
No, they do not watch The Bachelor. I sometimes get hooked on it, but
Really?
yeah, sometimes I'll turn it on and my parents will go say, "Oh, Bachelor's quick." Sometimes.
Your parents come downstairs and you immediately change it?
Well, I love the host. Who's the host? Is it Chris Hansen on The Bachelor?
Chris Hansen.
Is it Chris Hansen?
Is that who the host is? Chris Hansen?
I don't know. Do we know who the host of The Bachelor is? Anybody? in here?
Sorry, it used to be him. Harrison.
Hold
Chris
on, talk to the mic.
Harrison.
Chris Harrison
Not
used to be
Hansen.
him. He's
We
not
don't
there
want
now.
Hansen there.
Hold on. Thank God we have Paige in here to set us straight on this.
I'm like, I am an expert on The Bachelor. It is Tayshia and Caitlin. They're two girls that were bachelorettes because the old host had some controversy about.
Was he sleeping with the girls or something?
No, so
The boys?
It was about one of the old bachelors. There was some racial stuff, and he stood up for them, and then so he got a lot of backlash, so he stepped away. But I think that his contract was halted, so then he was no longer there. It's been like in.
All right, this is way too much Bachelor talk.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's been like 20 years. He's done it for 20 years, and now there's two new girl hosts, which is cool.
Yeah, there was a scandal, but it used to be him as the host.
Well, Fish, I hope you're watching the draft lottery tonight and you don't get stuck on The Bachelor. And it happens. It happens. Listen,
I can tell you I will not be watching The Bachelor.
Listen, I got sucked into the Kardashians a couple times, and I don't know why.
Oh, no.
I know. I don't know why, but I'll tell you this much. I love that Scott Disick dude. That guy is an absolute legend.
So anyways, it will be on one of the screens. I will be watching the picks. And
Awesome.
hoping and praying that we'll get a number one.
What time does our live draft party start tonight,
So
Joey?
we're starting at 8 o'clock. We're going to run until probably 9.
Okay.
The actual lottery starts at 8:30, so we're going to warm it up, give some little
And they're not
pre-talk,
doing the number
recap
one
season.
pick till like 8:58, 8:57.
No, they usually knock it out pretty quick because they got to get to the game.
Yeah, but the game doesn't start till 9. You want to
No,
bet?
9.
No.
Game's at 9,
Hey,
so we're good.
So with the draft lottery,
You want to bet, Stick?
They run
Yeah, I'll
through
do over under.
they run through the draft lottery pretty quick because after the draft lottery, they got to interview people, talk to the teams about where they're picking and blah blah blah. Then they go ahead and cut to the game. So if the draft lottery starts at 8:30, I'm expecting the draft lottery to be actually the lottery part to be over about 8:45.
That's what I was gonna say. You want to go over under 8:45, Fish? I'll take the under.
The
You
number
take-
one pick will be 8:57-ish.
All
Are
right.
you serious? All right,
What do you want to
The
bet?
game won't start until 9:15, 9:20.
What do you want to bet?
I'm putting a Lunchable on that, Fish.
I'll bet you a Lunchable.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take your lunch, Fish. I don't like taking your lunch, but I'm gonna have to.
Well,
And
I'll bring extra then.
No, you can't. You can't bring 2. You got to bring just 1 tomorrow, Fish.
Can I bring snacks though?
Yes.
All right, well then I'm fine with that. I eat snacks anyway, so I'm fine.
I will say we have one good
Here,
thing. We have one good
this is
thing
the
on our side.
handshake.
That doesn't look
Don't
like
look
a
at
handshake.
Fish.
Looks like you're shaking
Handshake.
something else there, buddy.
I'm shaking your hand.
Welcome Zion Williamson to Detroit.
What else do I need to do? Wave my hand like this?
Yeah, waving is better. Waving is better.
That's much better. That's much better.
You guys are too dirty-minded.
Here's your handshake, Fish. Here's your handshake.
I'm muting my mic.
I will say the Pistons have one good thing on their side if they get a top 3 pick. The last time they had the last 3 top 3 picks, of course it was Darko. Before that, Grant Hill at number 3.
Wow.
Before that, Isaiah Thomas at number 2.
I like it.
It's been that long.
So we're batting 600. let's up that average to 750 once we get this number 1 overall pick and find out tonight. Make sure you're watching live on the Woodward Sports Network. We're going to be live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and of course YouTube. So thank you to all the contributors that are going to be a part of it. It's going to be a really fun night, and if we get that number 1 pick, expect to watch this studio go absolutely insane.
These comments are classic.
What did I say?
Fish go slower.
Fish spits on his hand. So either way. So either way, Coast Portland. That is where you need to go, coastportland.com, if you want to pick up any camping things that you need and any just rugged outdoor stuff. Like if you want a machete that we keep here in the studio in case anybody doesn't like our opinions and they come in here and want to have some words, we just pull out the machete and we take care of business. But for real, this thing was awesome on our camping trip up north. I was able to chop wood with it. I was able to roast marshmallows, pick up hot logs with it. There's just so many utilities that this machete has. And on top of that, they got all this little stuff like lanterns. You can light up your camper, and they have different settings.
Those were handy, too. You just put those right by whatever you're working on and grilling and on the barbecue at night.
Yeah, there's different settings. They're bright, and they have all types of stuff. So go to coastportland.com, enter promo code WSN20, and get your 20% off. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, Coast Portland definitely has what you need.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go!
Oh, man. Rams head coach Sean McVay has spoken. When talking about his new quarterback, Matthew Stafford, he said, "Bro, this dude's a bad MFer. Whatever people say about him, as good as it can be, he's even better than advertised." They are loving him out there in L.A.
Yeah, I mean, it's their new toy.
Yeah.
Like, and what else is he supposed to say? He's not exactly what we paid for. You know, like,
Right. And that's the thing. I feel like he's taking such advantage of this media right now. Like, he knows all eyes on Stafford.
Dude, how much ass are you going to kiss McVay? Shit. I mean, let a game be played. I mean, good. Look, I mean, how long have you been down there? I mean, smooching.
Couple months.
I mean, good. All right. You know what? I hope that Stafford, I hope that he does not have a great season, you know, because for the draft picks. But for McVay's sake, as much as he's talking, I hope Stafford has an MVP season, because if he doesn't and he's selling all these wolf tickets, I'm going to laugh.
And here's my thing. Like, we all know Stafford has the intangibles.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing we learned in 12 years here in Detroit. Like, dude's got arm strength. Dude can run an offense. Dude understands the game. But in-game play, when the pressure's on, it doesn't all come together, and you get weird pick sixes, you get misreads, you get miscommunication with your wide receivers. So, like, this is, to me, I put in our group chat last night, like, Stafford, to me, is coming across with all the hype that they're giving him, the guy that just crushes the job interview, but then shows up on the day of the job, and he's okay, he's good, but he's not the guy that you interviewed.
And the thing is, nobody, at least even my friends who do not like Stafford, nobody's ever said he didn't have the talent, he wasn't a good QB.
Right.
He just sucks sometimes when it matters the most.
Yeah, listen, I was not all on board with Matthew Stafford when he was here, but I would be stupid if I didn't say he was, A, the best quarterback the Lions have ever had, and B, very talented and the right draft pick when we drafted him. It's just time played out to where it didn't work out here, and whether it be partially on the Lions and partially on Stafford, there's blame on both sides. So, like, I know they're excited to get him, and I wish them the best. I wish Stafford the best. I want Stafford to throw for 5,000 yards, but I want the Rams to go 0-17. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Because we get the results of that.
Yeah, we get that pick, baby, for the next 2 years. Thank you.
Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib came out, guys. He is the first active NFL player to do this, and this is a little clip of him doing it on Instagram.
What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that, like, one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, you know, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate, and I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible.
I mean, I appreciate the donation and everything like that, but when you got to come out there and say, I'm not doing this for the intention.
I mean, my response to that was, okay.
Right.
Cool. There's a gay football player.
Right.
Awesome. Can he play football? That's all. I like between the lines.
We
can the dude
accept
play
you.
football?
We accept you either way.
Yep. Yeah. I don't care if you hate all mankind. But I liked his second sentiment in that. Like, I hope we get to a point to where I don't have to make announcements or this isn't news, because to me it isn't news.
That's what it is. We've reached a time where we accept everybody for the way that they are now.
We have.
That is
Certain
true.
people
That
haven't.
is true.
And unfortunately, this is for those people. It's not for us.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it reminds me of, like, the Black Lives Matter thing. Like, at first I was like, well, you don't need to tell me that shit. I know that. And then my buddy said, well, it's not for you. You
Yeah.
understand it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, then they ain't talking to me. Cool. Go tell the idiot that doesn't understand it, because I get it. Like, why do you have to tell me this?
Same opinion of it. For me, I want to say this without making any kind of jokes, but it's
can
like,
say jokes, man.
No, because the thing is, people try to be unfunny, but like I've been in the going to school in the Ferndale School District for a long time.
Oh,
so
yeah, we know where you're going with it.
I'm desensitized to being around gay people or just
Not
talking.
desensitized. It's just
It's like it's not a thing to me. It's like
Accepted, that's the
their-
word.
That's who they are.
yeah.
Okay,
Right.
It's not news. It's not news to me. But again, it's not for me. It's Pride Month. It's for people who are going through the struggles of having to talk to other people about this. So good for him. Pretty sure there are more players to come. And again, for him, good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we move on. The New York Mets, Jacob deGrom got tested for sticky substance and passed the test.
Yay.
It's the first day of increased scrutiny for pitchers as far as sticky substances on their person. They have said that they're not going to delay play. They're going to inspect pitchers as they come off the mound between innings or at the end of their stints. So they check deGrom's hat. They say they want to check his belt. He said, "Do you want me to take it off?" They said no. They check under the belt, and now he has passed inspection.
Geez, thank God they didn't go that far.
Man, this is turning into Canada when I used to cross the border. Strip searches and everything. I mean, I like how they're doing it in between innings. They're not stopping down the games to try to undress these guys and figure out what's going on. But at what point are we going to reach the tipping point where it's just like, okay, now nobody's using it. Let's move on to where we don't got to check people every single game. Because the craziest part about all this has been going on for hundreds of years in baseball. Managers have just like all had this gentleman's agreement that, hey, we're not going to ask to search your pitcher. And now all of a sudden it's become this huge story. I don't know why, but here it is. And, they'll check pitchers like that. But deGrom, dominant no matter what he's throwing. That guy is a monster.
And that's what I love, too. Right off of this pitch right here, you see him with the beautiful line drive catch.
1-2 coming to Heredia. And he lines one caught by
He got the sticky on that.
Yeah.
What can't he do?
God, man. At least that wasn't right at his head, but that's all defense mechanism right there. That has nothing to do with athletic ability. That's all just life defense. Like, that's built into you when you got a 100-mile-an-hour ball flying at your face.
Like, didn't even flinch.
Right.
Man, if that was me, I'm tucking down.
He's just laying on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are tough, man.
And it is a big day for the Detroit Pistons. All the Pistons fans, we await the highly anticipated NBA Draft Lottery. We all repping our Detroit Pistons, and we'll be live at 8 o'clock tonight, waiting on hopefully that #1 overall pick.
It's coming, baby.
That's who we get.
That's your boy right there.
That's who we're going for.
Fade for Cade. The Cade train.
Yeah, honestly, that's the thing. Like him or the Jalen's, like there's a lot of good potential with those first 3 picks.
So if we get the #1 pick, I mean, are we going to peek over our shoulder for the rest of duration like we did with Darko for Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Mobley? If those guys go 2, 3, 4, 5 and we take Cade, like that's the one thing about having that #1 pick. Nobody falls to you. You're either making the right decision or you're making the wrong decision. There is no in between. See Kevin Durant and Greg Oden. See Sam Bowie and Michael Jordan. That's the one thing that scares me about that #1 overall pick.
It scares you.
If you miss on that, you fucked up. You done fucked up now.
But look at the last time. We already did mess up.
Right.
We got Troy Weaver. You see the success that he had with 4 rookies in 1 draft. I believe in him. I believe in the process, and I think that wherever we land, we're gonna get the right fit to this team.
Just hope they don't draft, Hunter Dickinson at number 1. That's kind of messed up.
Franz Wagner is the one that's surprising me. He's at like number 10 projection.
That just shows how weak this year's draft is and why you got to get one of these top 3 guys, because after that first tier, it is a falling off a cliff.
Yeah, there's probably a good top 5 or so with Kuminga and a couple of these other guys, but
I mean, you can
not
include
needs for us
Mobley.
though.
Yeah, not for us. We need a shooting guard, man. That's it.
The Pistons are gonna be fine. I think they think we're gonna get a top 3 pick. I think they're gonna get a top 3 pick this year. They're gonna be fine.
Put that money on it, Corey.
I'm gonna put the money on it. As soon as we get off, or when Adam comes up and do his bets, I'm gonna slide over and go do that.
Hey, if anybody put money on the Islanders yesterday, I feel bad for you. Series tied 2-2. Take some guesses, guys, on the final score of the Islanders versus Lightning game.
It's not a guess, I know, but
Corey, take a guess.
It was 7-1?
8-0.
8-0.
I was close.
One of the largest shutouts in NHL playoff history last night.
Just awful. Just awful here.
The thing I love about Tampa Bay when they do well is, this is the team Steve Yzerman built the foundation for. So it's all right, hopefully this is a glimpse again into what the Red Wings' future is going to look like.
Yeah.
Bring the Lightning over here.
Let's do it.
Some big sporting news right here. The U.S. Supreme Court siding with the student athletes when it comes to the compensation argument that we've been having these last couple of months. And do you think the players should be getting paid or not?
I mean, it certainly appears it doesn't matter what I think. The Supreme Court thinks they should get paid.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to happen. What I'm worried about is the fallout and the trickle-down effect that's going to happen to the teams that don't make money. The teams that, are supported by all the money the football programs bring in.
I mean, listen, that's on them. If you're not bringing in money, you don't deserve to get that money.
I get it, but it's going to hurt women's sports. It's going to hurt Title IX. It's going to hurt all of those things because the reason why these universities are able to keep so much money is because they don't have to pay their players. Now you have 100 guys on the roster, and you're going to have to start paying all of them.
See, I don't think it's just money like that coming straight out of the organization. I think it's all more so on endorsement deals and going out and making that extra money.
That is one of the conversations, but this is also
actual compensation.
This is about compensation because they went at the NCAA. You can't hide behind this is the way we've always done it. These guys are amateurs. We don't have to pay them. It's no, you're making money off of them. You're gonna have to start paying them.
My thing is this: some of these players, a lot of them, they do not have the proper amenities when they go. As far as student athletes, some of them still need money to eat, which is crazy crazy to me, and for their clothing and everything like that.
Man, they got all that covered. Come on, Corey.
No, they don't.
They got all. I was at Oakland University. They were getting all that covered. Come on.
I don't know. Again, maybe at Oakland, but at some schools, I know it's a struggle. So my thing is like this: if the schools cannot pay the players, then a lot of players will go out and go make their money outside of the school, and you just can't touch it. I mean, I think that's just a simple solution. I think when you start trying to get the schools to pay the players, things get a little bit dicey, a little bit tricky. I don't think somebody who's in the Heisman Trophy conversation should get paid the same amount of money as a guy who's on the far end of the bench. But if those guys want to go out and go make their own money, so be it.
Yeah, we'll see what it's all about. I mean, it's going to the way of we're going to be paying players. That's just what it's going to be. I just hope they can work it out.
I mean, think about high school when you have to raise money for that booster club that we used to have to do.
And buy sweats and sell your sweats.
Honestly, I mean, this is the last level to where you don't get paid fat amounts like when you go to the professionals. So why can't they do something like that? Obviously, it's not the way that they're going to want to go with it, but I mean, listen, if they're worried about that, and I saw Ryan commenting saying that pay the coaches less, I mean, these coaches are getting millions and millions. You don't got to give these professional athletes 6 figures. These college athletes 6 figures.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess we got to find, the point of how much can you pay these guys and what it does and affects the other programs. Because that's really what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the football teams. NCAA football is going to survive no matter what the hell happens. It's the women's lacrosse team that brings in $0 or, the soccer team that doesn't bring in a ton of money that gets the money from the boosters that support the football team, and that's how their athletic money comes in.
That's what it comes down to, though. It's like, just say that a soccer program, for example, we go to Michigan hockey. There's been a lot of great athletes to come out of Michigan hockey. It's on them now to come back and donate to the school and just contribute a little bit. It's not going to have to be fat amount of money. It could even be minimum wage at this point. Just give them something to be able to work with. But the bigger argument I got is when it comes to endorsements.
Yeah.
It's all about the endorsements, allowing them to have that opportunity to play off of the brand that they've created for themselves.
Yeah, and I know you're a fan of that.
Yeah, big fan. I mean, listen, you can't knock someone's hustle. But if the school is making all that money from Zion Williamson's brand, it ain't fair.
See, Brian gets it. Women's sports are in trouble, unfortunately, and that's going to be the fallout.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is like, hey, go get your outside endorsement money. The schools can't pay you. I mean, look, the schools, let's say, I don't know, like you said, let's use the Zion Williamson. You have his jersey inside of the campus store, and then that number, and it's selling everything, and he's not getting a dime off of that. Okay, he's getting the education, the school makes their money, cool. Let some local area place pay him for, I don't know, a hardware store advertisement or something like that.
Right, or jersey signing. Yeah, what they've been doing at Ohio State for several years.
Let him get his money. Like, what's the big deal? I'm signing my name. Like, what? I can't make money off of my name.
Right. Paige, you have a comment on this?
Yeah, I've been seeing the whole no funding for women's sports and even men's sports, like at Central Michigan. I've been seeing it firsthand how if there's not enough funding for a specific sport, it'll turn to a club, and then kids will have to pay to even do the sport that they want to do, which then has people not doing it, because how can somebody pay a pay-to-play when they're already paying for college classes, when they're already trying to pay for food? So I see it, and I understand that they should get paid, but at these high level, like football athletes, they get everything paid for already. So it's like, I understand that they should get paid, but if it comes out of other sports and coming out of women's sports and even other men's sports, like we don't even have a track team anymore for men's. We only have women's because the men's, we just didn't have a funding for it. And the women's team ended up getting the better numbers than the men's, so we had to cut the men's track.
I mean, listen, they're getting a scholarship. I don't feel bad for them if they can't produce any money for me.
Right.
We're giving you money to come to our school. Give me some money back. Give me something.
It's such a
You can't expect for them to get that, and then on top of that, expect to give them money for nothing. If you're not getting views, you don't have a big brand, you don't deserve to get paid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's such a weird balancing point that you got to find to where all these sports can still take place. It's not going to break the university, but also people that are bringing in money sports-wise should get compensated. I don't have the solution for this. The Supreme Court is now getting involved, so it's certainly going the way of paying the players. It's just in 10, 15 years from now, what's it going to look like for the sports that can't fund themselves?
I just think that paying the players is going to get so ugly. I just think the real simple solution is just letting them go out and go make their outside money and not saying a word about it. Because when you get into paying different tiers, then it's going to – I'm going to be real. With women's sports going to be one of the main ones to suffer, it's going to get into a sex issue.
Yep.
Easily.
Of course. And then, it's just going to get messy.
It's going to get ugly.
I mean,
it's going to get
even when you're looking at like professional women versus men, like the USA soccer team, like the women's soccer team doesn't bring in nearly as much money as the men. Are they more successful? Of course, but they're also playing against a limited field because around the world, women's rights aren't exactly what they are here in the United States, so they should dominate the rest of the world.
But I mean, when you look at it
they want
at
the
that
same
level,
amount of money as the men who bring in more money, and it just that can't happen. It just can't. It's not how economics works.
But the thing about it, though, is when you get to the professional level, you're dealing with agents. You're dealing with people that represent you. So at the end of the day, I mean, you're making your worth.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. I mean, there's certain thresholds when it comes to the pay. I mean, it's going to get ugly. That's one thing that we all could agree on. But I'm glad that they're going one step into the right direction. Now it's on them to figure it out. I'm stepping out of this one.
Yep.
I said I want it to happen, but now you guys can take care of it. The paying salaries, kind of, that to me makes no sense.
Right.
I was standing up for the endorsements.
Yep.
The salaries, I don't know too much about that. But big local news to end this: 26th annual Woodward Dream Cruise will return August 21.
Right behind you, Joey.
Right behind me. You're going to be hearing them zoom. We're going to be right out here outside of our Woodward Sports Studio doing a live broadcast, so you don't want to miss out on that. And I'm excited because last year, I mean, it was something that we never thought. This is the 26th year we never thought in 25 years that a Woodward Dream Cruise would be canceled. And it wasn't necessarily canceled because I was out here that day.
Right.
It was packed.
Right.
But
it wasn't sanctioned.
It wasn't a sanctioned event.
Yes. No, I'm looking forward to that. What's the exact date this year?
August 21.
August 21st. All right. We got to get to planning that, Joey.
Oh, yeah. We'll be there. And we go out to Paige from Central Michigan University, our amazing intern, for one more great story. What do we got?
So, Laurel Hubbard, I don't know if you guys heard that name. She's a weightlifter from New Zealand, and she will become the first transgender athlete to compete at the Olympics. Now, Hubbard was born a male and transitioned into a female, and she will be competing in the super heavyweight category in the 2021 Olympics. Women have actually been allowed to compete in the Olympics since 2003. But she's the first woman to actually qualify and meet all the requirements that the International Committee has issued. Some of these guidelines are that women have to actually declare their gender as female before competing, and same goes for males. And you have to have, before, at least 12 months before the first competition, you need to have your testosterone levels below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months before. Nanomoles. I'm not quite sure what that is. Measuring wise, but I think that these requirements make sense. I know it's a controversial issue, gender wise, and whether or not people think that they should be competing, but I think it's an even playing field, especially with these guidelines. I think it's fair, but it's a pretty controversial issue that's starting to come to light because now she's the first woman to be competing.
Yeah. I don't really have an opinion. It's going to really depend on if she wins or not. Because if she dominates the women's field and it's clear that this is an unfair advantage, it's just going to be like, all right, well, we tried. You know?
And it's the first time that this is happening, so nobody really knows what's going to go down. And that's what a lot of articles are saying, like, what if she wins? What is going to happen next? Exactly what you said.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what great can come out of this, to be honest with you.
That's it. Like, what good does come out?
I don't know. Fish, this is New Zealand. This is your home country. What you thinking about this?
He's not even from New Zealand like that.
No. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. But she did win the 2018 Commonwealth Games at the Gold Coast.
Okay.
So she did win gold in that.
Okay. Was there a lot of pushback after that?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting. Yeah. I mean, there's these women that have trained their whole lives to get into these positions, and then you have somebody who changes their gender 5 years ago and now competing with the women. Part of me thinks it's unfair, but you also got to be inclusive nowadays. Listen, it's just, to me, it's just asking for pushback and feedback and stuff that nobody wants to deal with anyway. So we'll see come Olympic time. So, yeah, weightlifter, right?
Yes, yep, heavy weightlifter.
Heavy weightlifter.
She'll whoop our ass either way. That's all I know.
Yeah. Needless to say, I ain't saying it to her face. What'd you say, Fish?
July 23.
July 23.
You got a countdown in your phone going, Fish?
I do not, but that's a good idea.
31 more days, Fish.
Oh, so exciting. It's in Japan, too. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. 31 more days for that, or 10 and a half months. You know, you take your pick because it's all it's going to take for you to get a new career if you start today. So go to northwesterntech.edu. This is the HVAC school that works. And listen, heating and cooling, it's going to be something that we need forever. Actually, today, we just finished the whole pandemic. We got to clap it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Today's it. Oh,
yeah, we're back to 100%.
Hey, yeah. I get to act like I've acted for the last 2 months anyway.
Yeah, or for me, the last 15 months.
Hey.
But we are back in action, and I want you to go take advantage of this because it's only 10 and a half months. northwesterntech.edu.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And don't forget, in about 5 minutes, we're going to be qualifying somebody for that $25K Kick for Crypto contest that we are doing on July 23rd. So make sure you're listening at 9 a.m. I'll give you the phone number, and we'll be looking for caller number 5.
Did I hear July 23rd?
Not the Olympics,
Not
Fish.
the Olympics, Fish. But, yeah, we'll definitely be doing the grand prize then. Your chance to win $25,000. And your choice of crypto, qualified 3 times a day, 9 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Adam!
Who needs crypto? When you have me.
Oh, man.
How'd you do last night?
Oh, my goodness.
Did you hit the parlay?
Motherfuckers, no. All right, so let's walk through last night. I hit all 4 Euro games, and I bet $1,000 that Austria would win. So that won me $3,500. So I was having a great day. I didn't give a shit if my parlay hit at that point. Like, I was so happy.
That's
all my
a lie. You 100% cared.
I cared, but I wasn't hurt when it lost. Like, you know, and I'll explain why. They're up 7-0. They pitch 7 no-hit innings. Unless the Astros absolutely go off, there's no chance this happens. And then, of course, in the 9th inning, both teams decide to score. Absolutely break my heart. But what's even worse is that before the game ever happened, it was delayed. There was a rain delay. And if that game would have been pushed back another day, that ticket would have been voided, and I would have just hit the 4-leg parlay instead of the 5. But shit happens. It's all good. Austria, thank you so much for the $1,000. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to start again today. England, $1,000 on England. Money line straight up. We're going to take them at -181.
You really trust them after the draw against Scotland?
I don't give a shit. I'm in, Fish. That's it. You got me hooked on the Euros. You got me hooked.
All right. Well, I mean, don't come yelling at me if they tie.
No, Fish, I'm all in.
So-
I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it, and I'm gonna start with the Clippers tonight, playing the Phoenix Suns. I don't give a shit who wins this game, but I do care by how much. I'm gonna take the Clippers to cover 5 points. 5 points is a bit too much for me in a playoff series. Yes, Chris Paul is back tonight, but we'll see how that changes the dynamic of the Phoenix Suns. I'm gonna take the Clippers. Backs against the wall. They don't want to go down 2-0. I'll take them to cover 5 points. I get it basically for even money. It's a good bet. No money really to be made outside of picking the Suns to cover by 5 points, which probably might be a lot if you're asking a lot from the Suns there on a bet. The next game, Canadians versus the Vegas Golden Knights. I will take the Canadians at +205. This is such a freaking great bet. Like, just look at the money potential available there. That's like the logic I use with Austria. You're really looking, how am I going to make money today betting individual tickets? And the Canadians are a very good team, and so, of course, are the Vegas Golden Knights. And yes, they're away. But when I get a team in the conference finals at a +205 fee, I am taking it. That is free money to me. The next game, we'll go to the Euros for the next two. We'll take Croatia on the money line at +141 against Scotland. Scotland drew with England. Kind of a very lucky result. Croatia much more capable of scoring goals than England are at the moment. So we'll take Croatia to win without any problems, really. And then England versus Czech Republic. I'm betting 2 different ways. I'm taking England on the side with $1,000 of my own money to win the game, but for my parlay's sake, I'm going to take the total goals scored over. That is basically even money. I really wanted to get my ticket boost up as much as possible, so taking that at -107. It's fair game. 3 goals, very achievable. Patrick Schick on Czech Republic already has 3 goals in the tournament, so they're coming in hot. England is basically pending. You're just waiting for them to explode and score a ton of goals. They've only scored 1 through 2 games, so this is really a coming out party. I love the fact that they messed this up and only have it at 2.5, so I'm taking advantage of that. And then, of course, what's my rule, guys? When you have an ace on the mound, you take the team that has the ace on the mound and you have them winning by more than 1.5 runs, and you get it for about even money. It's really friendly. Garrett Cole on the mound tonight for the New York Yankees. I love this bet. Feeling really good about it. $200 wins more than yesterday. I can't. Seriously, these last 7 days, these parlay tickets have been absolutely unreal on the boosting standpoint. So I'm looking forward to it. 4-1 last night. $1,000 bet. Absolutely crushed it for the Croatia game.
I just realized the 4-1 part. You almost hit that fat parlay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Astros.
We're gonna have
Orioles
lunch today,
cost me.
man.
They were being
ramen
no hit
noodles
through
today
7
in the
innings, and then they
Lunchables.
decided to start swinging the bats. Whatever.
Well,
I'll
if you want to get in on Adam's bets, you can go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward, and we'll match your first deposit up to 50%. People in the chat are asking, when are they going to settle on WSN1, man? I know you sent the results.
Yeah, we confirmed it yesterday, so
Okay.
24 to 48 hours from yesterday, so hopefully later this evening.
There you
Everything
go.
pulls through, yeah.
There you go. So if you bet on
Well,
that,
I lost money, so I don't give a shit.
Adam's
But
like,
you guys
take as much time as you need, boys.
You guys won money on it, so I'm happy
Still
for
paying
you
off
guys.
this wedding. Take your time, my bookie.
Yeah, so go to mybookie.com right now. Enter promo code Woodward when you set up your account, and we'll match your first deposit up to 50%, all the way to $1,000. So get that free money right now. Put it on Adam's bets, and hopefully you hit that parlay. What's up, Fish?
Can I ask why you do this to yourself, Adam, putting $1,000 on these games?
Well,
that-
yesterday it worked out very well, and
did
if
work
today
out
it
very
doesn't
well.
work out, I'm still up $1,500 from that bet yesterday. So again, I have money to play with right now. So I'm thinking England has to win this game. They're due to score a ton
Well,
of
they're
goals.
already,
I really
already
like it.
qualified.
Well, it doesn't matter.
So-
It doesn't matter. They can't go into the qualification rounds looking like shit. So that's my logic behind that. And then one more cool thing about the whole WSN fight night. The reason why it took so long was they wanted to see the result because I had emailed them.
You
and I
sent them
called
the video?
And I sent them the video,
Yeah.
and they died laughing. They absolutely loved it.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, we had to send them the video. That's what's going on. So make sure you go to mybookie.com, enter that promo code Woodward today, and set up your account so you can get in on all these awesome bets. And let Adam make you some money. I mean, he's doing it for enough people. He's supporting like half the people here at Woodward Sports. So get in on that right now, woodwardsports.com. You can click on the MyBookie link or go to mybookie.com, enter promo code Woodward.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, and it is now time to qualify somebody for that $25K kick for crypto. So pick up the phone, and you got to dial 313-552-6322. That is the phone number, 313-552-6322. We are looking for caller number 5. You will be qualified to be a finalist of our Kick for Crypto contest, where you get a chance to kick a football into the back of our Zot Jeep for your chance to win $25,000 in crypto. So get to dial in right now, 313-552-6322. And guys, tonight, I know I talk about my Dynasty Fantasy Football League a lot, but, you know, I have the draft, the rookie draft tonight, and it's a top 10 Tuesday. So I figured, why the hell not do the top 10 rookies in fantasy football this year in a PPR league. So that's my list.
I'm excited, man. This is my first real dive deep into this because I don't ever do this.
Yeah, I love it. And this is what gets me familiar with all the rookies. Like, when I first got into this league and these guys were naming, like, you know, really bench players and third stringers and practice squad guys, I was like, man, how do these guys know everybody? Now I realize, because you research them every year. Like, I could go about 50 deep on skill positions and where they're playing, how their season's going to look, and stuff like that. But let's stick with the top 10. And number 10 is where I'm coincidentally picking tonight. I'm hoping to land a quarterback. I don't think the quarterback I'm going to want is going to be there. But number 10 on my list that you should draft if you're doing a rookie fantasy football draft, Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson needed a number 1. Ravens went out, spent a first-round pick, got him a number 1. Now, is that going to translate into, let's say, Jefferson numbers from last year? Probably not, just because the Ravens don't have that type of offense. But if I'm picking at number 10 and he's still available, I'm taking Bateman. Look at him here on this go route. He was a beast in college,
explosive.
man. Yeah, thick dude. He was listed at 6'2" in college. At the combine, he listed at 6 foot. So his play made him appear bigger than he was.
I mean, You know what? I like that camera trick they did right there. Sorry for the videographer guys, because when you shoot up, you make a player look bigger than what he really is, and he looked like a giant right there.
All right, I see what you're doing, Corey. So that's who I got at number 10. Number 9 on my list. This is where you can kind of pick and choose. I went back and forth because I wanted to put a quarterback here, and it's either between Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I'm going with Trey Lance. He's not going to be the guy that starts out your season as a powerhouse quarterback because Garoppolo is probably going to get the first couple of games and get those snaps. But by end of the season, he's going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
I can definitely see that with the way that Kyle Shanahan is going to go ahead and groom this guy and put him in a position to win. You're right. He may not start out the season like that because it's going to probably be Jimmy G in the driver's seat. But come into the season, I expect Trey Lance to be somewhere in that top rookie conversation. So, yeah, smart pick.
Well, I'm trying not to give away too much of my draft strategy tonight in case my boys are watching. But
taking notes.
That's why I haven't really gone deep into this.
Who's in this league? I'm about to send this to all of them right now.
No, don't do it.
All right, let me shut up. Let me say less.
Hey, all I know is I hope that if you have a quarterback option and you got Trey Lance and Justin Fields on the board, you take Justin Fields.
Really?
You got to, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's got more potential with where he's at because I feel like we're going to see Justin Fields sooner.
Yeah, I just don't like that Matt Nagy offense. It hasn't proven to put a winning quarterback on the field in any type of situation. And the way Kyle Shanahan is most likely going to use Trey Lance as a running back as well in that zone scheme, I just feel like fantasy-wise,
fantasy points.
That's what you got to remember. This is all about fantasy
I'm talking about
points.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
you're talking fantasy.
I'm talking fantasy. I don't give a damn if they win a game. I give a damn if they put up 500 yards and 200 on the ground. What's up, Fish?
Who does Justin Fields play on?
He plays for the Bears, and we hate the Bears.
And who is he going to play twice?
The Lions.
Exactly.
And we love the Lions.
And
what
you
is
know
Justin
October
Fields
3rd,
going,
when the Lions play him, he's going to go off.
Yep. I said that, and you guys, oh, Fish, you're stupid. He's
Who
not
called
gonna
you
go.
stupid,
Ain't nobody
Fish?
say that.
You guys were telling me that
Listen, if Mitch
Justin
Trubisky
Fields
can own us, Justin Fields is very capable of owning us. I would never call you stupid for that.
Yeah, you guys were laughing when they picked Andy Dalton on the Bears, and you guys were laughing when they picked Justin Fields.
I'm more concerned about Justin Fields than I have ever been about Andy Dalton in my entire fucking life.
We were scared.
I ain't
scared.
I ain't laughing about Justin Fields. When they drafted Justin Fields, I said, fuck.
Yeah. Number 8 on this list, the quarterback that will be starting from day one, and so far, he's recovering from a shoulder injury, but he's looked pretty damn good in mini camps and training camps from what I've watched. Trevor Lawrence. He should be the first quarterback off the board in a rookie draft. If you're in a super flex, he's clearly the number 1 overall, but this is for PPR only. This is not a super flex league, so I have him at number 8. And if he falls to 8, 2 picks before me, I'm going to be so bitter, man, because this is who I really want on my squad.
So what do you go? You go more for like the running backs and receivers.
Our league, every league's a little bit different. Our league, running backs are a premium, and like you'll see in the rookie drafts, running backs will go a lot higher than they should normally. But they also we get them for 5 years, so the attrition on a running back is pretty much in 5 years their career's over.
Yeah.
So you need to lock them up for the entirety of their rookie deal. Wide receivers really don't typically hit their stride till like year 2 or year 3, so you have some more time, and then you got to re-up them on when you can get them as a free agent. So there's a little bit of strategy in drafting only running backs in our league for that reason. Speaking of wide receivers, number 7 on this list, I know a lot of people wanted him here in Detroit. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, University, Miami, Miami Dolphins.
I think he's going to end up being the best wide receiver out the draft this year.
He definitely has a chance because of the position that he's fallen in. And, honestly, this year's draft, not great for skill players. I got to be honest. And here he is with one of his crazy punt returns.
Outside of the first few, there really wasn't much.
Right. No,
this was a quarterback-heavy year.
Yeah, like last year you had Jerry Jeudy, you had Jefferson, you had Taylor, you had CEH, you had all these big names coming out and, contributing right away. I don't know if we're going to get that a ton out of guys this year, but Jalen Waddle being reunited with Tua not really having many options at wide receiver. Like Devontae Parker isn't that dude. So I think Waddle's going to get his shine.
Oh, yeah, and also, too, if Waddle comes in there fully healthy, he has speed that is scary.
Yes.
I think that's going to make a lot of defenders shy this year, and whoever picks up Waddle in your league, they're going to be very pleased.
Yep, I think so too. Number 6, I loved this guy, and I actually love the other guy that he played with too, Michael Carter at North Carolina. Javonte Williams. He got drafted to Denver. Denver went super wide receiver heavy last year, and this year they shored up the running back position. Javonte Williams, if you watch him run at North Carolina, just violent and just aggressive and just mean. I love this guy. Look at, first of all, great read there. Then he gets around the outside, 1 tackle, 2 tackles. Fuck your face. Get out of my way. And he just keeps running. Like, this guy, this is what I look for when I'm doing my scouting on these rookies. Like, not only do they know how to read the hole, but do they have that speed to where a guy's taking an angle and the guy misses his angle. That's when I know he's ready for the NFL.
Javonte Williams looks like he has a high motor, and that is somebody that you're going to really need in this type of league. Man, I wish I would have got into this.
It's crazy, like, because I mean that's a 2nd-round pick right there, and you got him that high.
Yeah,
so that's crazy.
That is the
you
got
to dive deep into this.
Well, last year CEH was the 32 number overall pick in the entire NFL, but he was number 1. He went number 1 overall in our league. I got Taylor at number 2 last year, and he was a 2nd-round pick going number 2 overall. So yeah. What they're drafted as doesn't really translate to what they're going to be fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
There's a couple cases coming up like that,
like,
too.
what would you say, like, if you were to look at your draft from last year, the first, how many you got, 13?
12 players.
12. The first 12, how many of them actually were good? Success?
I'd say like 5 or 6 from last year.
Wow, that's still pretty impressive.
And I was able to steal Antonio Gibson in the 2nd round last year.
Scoop.
So, yeah, doing my research. Thank you, Memphis, for having an awesome offense. Let's move on to number 5, Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Philadelphia. He's brought there strictly to take the roof off this thing, and hopefully Jalen Hurts can throw the ball far enough to get it out there to Devontae Smith. That's my only concern. Honestly, he's going to be their number 1. They took Rager last year. Rager was supposed to have a big year, supposed to be the guy that blew the top off the defense. Smith is a much faster player. I like him in that offense. I just don't love the quarterback in that offense right now.
Well, hey, you talked about Tua being reunited with Waddle. Hurts is reunited with another one of his guys. So hopefully they're able to go ahead and build some rapport early off the bat. If so, might not be a bad pick drafting Devontae Smith there. Me personally, I'm not that real high on him just in general, but still a talent nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy how, like, Waddle's getting all the hype.
Because I think if Waddle
the lead receiver there was Devontae Smith, who was the Heisman Trophy winner.
Because I think if Waddle didn't get hurt,
he was hurt,
Waddle would have been the Heisman Trophy winner.
That's my scare, though. That's my scare. Everybody all hype about Waddle. Like, yes, I think he's explosive. He's fast as hell. But, man, that injury, I don't know about that.
Yeah, best ability is availability, and if you don't have it, you are in trouble. Number 4 on this list, and in the top 4, this is where I really had a rough time because these guys could really be all over the place depending on need for your team. But this guy is a role that can fill anywhere. Kyle Pitts, tight end, obviously the Atlanta Falcons. They've let go of Julio Jones, so he's going to be a main target along with Calvin Ridley. I think Ridley's going to have the really breakout year, but Kyle Pitts is definitely in the mix to be an immediate impact at tight end. Like, he's going to be at least a top 10 tight end this year coming into the league. So if your team's lacking a tight end, I have George Kittle, so I'm not pursuing this guy, but I wouldn't mind starting 2 tight ends either if I had Kyle Pitts.
You know what? A lot of people dog out Shannon Sharp for some of his opinions, and rightfully so, but one thing you can say about Shannon Sharp, he knows tight ends. He's on the Hall of Fame for being one. And he said that Kyle Pitts is a generational talent at the tight end position, and he's going to be a problem for the next decade to come. So on that aspect, I'm going to lean with Shannon. Kyle Pitts about to be a problem in Atlanta.
And that's the thing, is he's going to be such a high target for this team. Like, he's going 1,000, 1,200 yards this year.
And, I mean, the great thing about him is you can play him on the tight end. You can play him on the outside. He can run the whole route tree. He can take the top off the defense, get 50-50 balls. He's almost like a tight end version of Megatron.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what he's supposed to be. He's not going to be the big blocker. He's going to be the split tight end. He's going to get a lot of the looks, and they may actually just play him on the route tree as a wide receiver too. So you're definitely going to get production out of Pitts no matter where you draft him. If you get him at number 4, I think you're getting a steal. But I have him number 4 here. And here, to your point, Joey, this guy, obviously, he's higher than the number 1 overall pick and on the same team. I'm talking Travis Etienne, running back, Jacksonville. Now, I know James Robinson had a good year last year. He went over 1,000 yards, undrafted rookie, but they would not have gone out and gotten Travis if they didn't think that he was going to be the lead role in this offense. And you watch this guy play. This is what I'm talking about. See, that guy has the angle? Nope, you do not have that angle. That's what I look for in my players transitioning from NCAA to the NFL. Can they make the guy miss? Can they make the guy understand that you need a better angle to pursue me? And when you get that at that level, you understand that they have the speed for the next.
That acceleration is scary.
Dude, it's crazy. And I'm looking forward to what Urban Meyer does in that offense. And, obviously they still have Laviska Shenault. They still have DJ Chark. And, of course, our boy Marvin Jones joined the squad in the offseason. Number 2 on this list, Jamar Chase. And this is where, if you need a wide receiver, this is your dude. He's going to step in and be the number 1 in Cincinnati right away. It's not going to be T. Higgins. It's not going to be Tyler Boyd. It is going to be Jamar Chase. And when you pair him with a Joe Burrow, get those two boys back together, it's just going to be fun. The only thing I'm worried about is Joe Burrow having enough time to throw him the damn ball.
And you know what? Whose fault is that? That's the Bengals' fault, because they could have had a Penei Sewell of their own. They honestly should have drafted Penei Sewell, but
they just wanted to reunite. That's all they kept saying. Reunite.
That's really what the whole first round was. Those quarterbacks being reunited with their throwing targets in college, which is kind of interesting with Hurts, Burrow, and Tua. But to your point, I don't know. Chase should have a good year, but if, hopefully Burrow's able to stand up straight.
That's the thing. If they can keep Burrow healthy, he's going to put up over 1,000 yards receiving, maybe like 8 touchdowns on the season in his rookie year, and that's a great look. Justin Jefferson, I envision a Justin Jefferson-esque rookie season for him.
Yeah, and I believe Joe Burrow's a better quarterback than who Justin Jefferson had throwing to him. So.
Yes, it's definitely. And number 1, who you should be drafting in your all-rookie PPR Dynasty football draft, another guy that got drafted in the second round, but is going to be the starter probably he got drafted in the first round, my bad, late first round. Najee Harris. He is going to be the starting running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. James Conner is out. Benny Snell is Benny Snell. Anthony McFarland is their speed change of pace guy. Look at this guy's footwork though, man. And his calves are absolutely insane. And he's just a great teammate, too. So nothing but great things to say about Najee Harris. You put him in that Steelers offense, alleviate some pain off of Ben Roethlisberger, and hopefully they have a better run offense this entire season.
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger's washed. So I think they're gonna lean on this guy heavily. So, and I just look at this list. I'm looking at all the teams, looking at their quarterback. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to say Ben Roethlisberger is better than Drew Lock.
Right.
But with that being said, outside of that, the rest of them quarterbacks, I'm like, is Ben really better than them? No. So they're going to have to lean on a guy like Najee Harris, and that's a slam dunk, easy no brainer right there.
So pretty much what Stick's saying is, if you're an early pick in your fantasy draft, just go with somebody from the Clemson Tigers or go for someone who does Alabama.
I mean,
that's it.
They got the best athletes.
It's really the Alabama Invitational when they talk about the national championship. Clemson has started to kind of creep in there to where you can say it was Clemson, Alabama. But, I mean, outside of that.
What pick do you have, by the way, Stick?
I had the 10th pick.
So you got 10th. So does that mean you're going with who you gave
Bateman
a hint
falls to me, I'm thinking about Bateman, but I really want a running back there if I'm not getting my quarterback. So I'm thinking Michael Carter from the Jets. I'm hearing that he's going to start off as the number 1 running back there, like right away. They already produced the depth chart, and he's on top of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for, like immediate producers, especially at the number 10 pick. You're not getting one of the top 4 guys that you shouldn't miss on. So you kind of got to reach a little. There's also Kenneth Gainwell, who is playing for Philly, is a guy that I'm very interested in. He's out of Memphis. Reminds me a lot of Antonio Gibson. Like the reason Antonio Gibson only got 30 carries and 30 receptions his last year at Memphis was because of Gainwell. Gainwell can play ball, but he's backing up Miles Sanders. They just signed Kerryon Johnson, so he's got some issues to work through before he gets some shine in Philadelphia.
Hey, you look at Jamal Williams, man. He stepped up quickly when he came to Detroit.
Yeah.
From the looks of it.
Yeah, no, I love Jamal Williams here. So, yeah, that's my top 10 list of Dynasty rookies in your PPR league. Hopefully, you guys have your draft coming up soon. Like I said, mine is tonight. I look forward to this all year long. Like, Joey, you've seen me doing research on these guys for months. I just love watching game film on these guys, man. So, we'll find out where everybody lands tonight. I'll probably do a live stream on my own Facebook and my own YouTube tonight because, obviously, you guys got the big Pistons draft lottery party. But what do you think of those? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I stupid? Am I smart? Let me know. I don't care what you think. Just let me know in the chats. Thank you very much. And coming up next, Fish, we got somebody on the line?
We do not.
You did not? Oh, would they hang up? All right, let's try to get one more person on the line. 313-552-6322. We want to qualify somebody for the finals for our 25K Kick for Crypto. So call right now. 313-552-6322. Good luck.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Rams head coach Sean McVay, he has spoken, came out yesterday talking about his new quarterback, Matthew Stafford, making it seem like this is the best quarterback he has ever seen in his life, saying, bro, this dude's a bad mother effer. Whatever people say about him, as good as it could be, he's even better than advertised.
All right.
Let's hope he have that same energy come week one because you talking a lot of smack and he's seen Matthew Stafford in practice. Let's see what happens when you see Matthew Stafford during the execute your game plan. That's what I want to see. I want to see if you're going to have that same energy about Matthew Stafford come week 8. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
AI knows.
Listen, we talking about practice.
Yeah, you hear that?
Not a game.
Not a game.
We talking about practice.
Like even when I say with golf, when I was talking about how good golf looks, I said, hey, he looks good right now in, the 7-on-7s with no pressure. He looks good. Anybody can look good in practice. Even Joyce said it. You could look good in practice, but what happens when the game starts?
Yeah, you ever gone to NBA warm-ups and guys can't miss from the field and they get in the game and can't hit a shot? Like Ben Simmons looks amazing in warm-ups. Amazing. He looked good, when he was trying out, but
he's gonna look better in a New Jersey next season.
As long as it's not a Pistons jersey. Damn.
Don't dare speak
even
that
put
evil
that out
Ricky
in the
Bobby.
air.
I heard somebody pushing that the other day, and I was just like, please stop. Just
Dude, anybody will be in the talks of wanting to trade or be out or having a horrible season, and they're going to be trading them and say, "Oh, come to Detroit."
Yeah, and I think the trade involved sending Jeremy Grant there too to match contracts.
I'm not taking any. You know what? I'm fine with going into the season with Killian Hayes as the starting point guard, unless we can get Dame.
And we move on. Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib came out literally in this video.
What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate, and I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America, and they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can, and I'm really pumped to see what this.
I just imagine how many times he had to record that take. Just want to say that I'm coming out as gay. The way he said it, I was like, man, hey. We accept you either way.
Yep, good for you, man. Make some tackles, catch some balls. Like, just play football, man. That's what I want to see.
Man, first off, good for him. I understand it's during Pride Month. You had to go ahead and he wanted to do it. But the thing that's weird to me is when they say, I don't want to, draw any attention to myself, but then you go and make an announcement. It's kind of like, if you want to go an announcement, cool. All right, cool. Just don't say you're not trying to draw any attention to yourself in the same breath, because that's exactly what you're doing. Just go ahead and say you're making your announcement and you want to raise awareness to the cause. Cool.
Hey, don't take this the wrong way whatsoever, and now you're going to take it the wrong way. But how does it work in the locker room? Like, serious question. I mean, knowing that your teammate is a human being that likes men, how does that work? I always wondered that.
I think a lot of those guys already kind of know what they are, their personal backgrounds, because you're in the locker room with somebody a lot of times. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the guys already knew. It's just now, with it being Pride Month, it was just a time for him to make his decision to say it publicly and, raise money and, toward the foundation he's donating to. So I think they already kind of know that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody's different. There's going to be some dudes that aren't cool with it. There's going to be some dudes that are cool with it. There's going to be some guys that don't want to be naked around them. There's going to be some dudes that don't give a shit. Like, everybody's individual, and everybody's going to treat this situation differently.
Right.
But at least they have the knowledge to know and make an educated decision on how they want to act.
Right.
I don't know if I don't know. Maybe it's me. I wouldn't be weird. I wouldn't be weirded out by it. It's not like, okay, you're gay. That doesn't mean you're attracted to me.
Well, yeah, it should. It should, damn it.
So it's just
I'd be offended if he wasn't looking.
So that's your business. You're still a human being. I'm gonna treat you with respect as a human being.
Right.
Absolutely.
If you suck as a football player, then hey, F you, get the hell out the locker room. But whatever you do in your personal life, that's your business.
Right. I don't care if we have an entire gay roster if the Lions win the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
I don't care what goes on in that locker room. Just win. Just win, baby.
That's all that matters. New York Mets. Jacob deGrom got tested for the sticky substance. You see right here.
Today is the first day of increased scrutiny for pitchers as far as sticky substances on their person. They have said that they're not going to delay play. They're going to inspect pitchers as they come off the mound between innings or at the end of their stints. So they check deGrom's hat. They say they want to check his belt. He said, "Do you want me to take it off?" They said no. They check under the belt, and now he has passed inspection.
Geez, thank God they didn't go that far.
Paige, that's your favorite right there, the sticky balls.
I knew that you guys were going to say that because you guys made fun of me when I did it, and I did it before a lot of stuff started coming out. I saw that story. I kind of hopped on it before a lot of stuff
You were
came
hopping
out.
on those sticky balls
I knew
way
you were
before
gonna say
everybody
that.
else.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Oh, man, that's good. I had to. Sorry, Paige. We move on. Big day for the Detroit Pistons. We all repping them because highly anticipated NBA draft lottery. Hopefully, them ping pong balls do not screw us tonight because we going for that number one. That's who I want.
That's your boy right there.
Save for Cade.
That's who we all want. Let's be honest. Fish, is that who you want to see as well?
Yes, but all the reports I've been looking at say Rockets are going to get number 1 pick.
Okay.
So
thank you for
Pistons,
that positive
number 2.
energy, Fish.
I'm telling you.
Pistons at 2 isn't bad, man.
Keep that mic off, Fish. Love you, Fish.
That was great, Fish.
I love you, Fish. The series tied 2-2. And this game didn't go as well as the Islanders were hoping for. Tampa Bay Lightning whooping their ass a little bit. 8-0.
I don't know if that's a little
Sorry,
bit.
Maz.
Did Maz take them?
He put his house on that one, too?
No, but he's from New York, or he's from New Jersey, actually. But he loves the Islanders.
Oh.
Hey, it's close
I feel
enough.
like Maz loves every team.
Every
except
awful
the Rangers.
team.
Except the Rangers.
So wait,
Rangers are the only team he hates.
He's from New York and he doesn't like the Rangers?
He likes the Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Nets, Islanders, hates the Rangers, loves the Devils.
Shout out to the Nets. How they
the only
doing?
team he hates is the Rangers. I don't know why, but he hates the Rangers.
All Maz's teams suck. He doesn't even like Tom Brady.
And he hates Tom Brady, too.
I love Maz, but you can't trust a person on sports when they say Tom Brady's not the GOAT.
Or when you have that many favorite teams. Like, you can't like all the teams. You can't be doing everything.
Did you hear him yesterday? They were talking about Tom Brady on the hook, which you can catch from 3 to 5. He said Neil Rule was on yesterday for the first hour, D-Mac for the second hour, and they were talking about Tom Brady, and he's like, Neil, they had a lot of other players, though. They had their defense. Tom Brady had a lot of help.
All right.
Dude, Tom
what do you
Brady
say to
has
somebody who can't acknowledge greatness?
Tom Brady. Like, think about Tom Brady in his earlier years. Like, anybody that would be on his team, you wouldn't even know of them. You wouldn't even heard their name in your life.
Deion Branch was so much help.
The most fraudulent Super Bowl MVP.
And then the dude just
Edelman. I mean, we
Julian
could go
Edelman,
Wes Welker.
Welker,
Danny Amendola, like, just so many.
Like, we can go on and on and on about people that sucked that Tom Brady made great. So yeah, I don't know how to convince somebody that Tom Brady, like, if you can't see it with your own eyes, if this guy winning multiple Super Bowls with different teams, and like, if that doesn't convince you, I can't.
This man won with Rashae Caldwell. That's all I gotta say.
Never having, like, you want to talk about how Stafford never had a running game? Name me one running back that the New England Patriots had when Tom Brady was there that was great.
They had a good, they had a good one for a short period of time, and they caught Corey Dillon within a window.
That
was
only
about
one I
it.
could think of. That was at the tail end of his career.
Like I said,
LeGarrette Blount did okay, but he's not elite. Like, it's just, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Honestly, when you say that Tom Brady ain't the GOAT, like, when I think of the word GOAT, I associate Tom Brady with it.
Yeah,
like,
so does Madden.
For me, for GOAT, I associate Muhammad Ali, then Tom Brady, then Jordan.
And we move on. Big sports news. The U.S. Supreme Court is siding with the student athletes when it comes to compensation. And the big argument has been, do you think these players and athletes deserve to be paid or not? We had our discussion. Honestly, where do you guys lie on that? I didn't really get that out of you both.
As far as like a salary to play football or to play sports for a college, I don't think you should get one.
Yeah,
I honestly don't. As far as like helping them with food and vouchers and stuff like that, yeah, all day. But at the end of the day, I'm still like old school, you can call me. But, you know, if you go to Michigan, you're getting a $50,000 a year education for 4 years guaranteed. You're getting $200,000 in education. Whether you use it or not is completely different. But you're getting an opportunity at a free education where some people would kill for that opportunity. I have a rough time paying these players, but I do understand that. I don't like seeing Charles Woodson's jersey making Michigan $4 million and Charles Woodson not having a car. Like, those things don't make sense to me either. So there's got to be a balance somewhere along the line. I just don't know where it is.
I don't think that the student athletes should get paid for the same reason. I feel that, you know, the tuition, and I feel that their tuition is part of the payment, part of the agreement being a student athlete. I also feel that at some of these schools where athletes are searching and still looking for food and certain amenities, those things should be taken care of. So, no, the university should not be paying the players, but in the same breath, if the players have an opportunity to make money outside of the university, such as, you know, autograph signings and endorsements, universities shouldn't say nothing about that because it's not coming out of their pocket. It's like the athletes getting a job almost. They're getting paid for their likenesses. Why should you make money? Why should the university make millions off of my name, but I can't go make a couple of thousand off my name? That doesn't make any sense.
I love how you took that back. You said, how should they make money? No, they're making millions. Like, this ain't just money.
It's not pocket change.
It's not. They're making millions. And you're going to tell me I can't go make, let's just say, I can't go do a $2,000 day autograph signing, but you're about to make multi-millions off of my likeness? That's whack. You ain't got to pay me. Just let me go get my own money.
And it kind of shows that the Supreme Court and everybody else that's against this doesn't value school, because if you look at this and say the school isn't giving this athlete $200,000 in that tuition, then I don't get what you're seeing, because that's still $200,000.
Yeah, you're kind of sending the message that education doesn't matter.
Literally, it's all about sports. And I mean, at the end of the day, what is funding all of your school? It's these programs. So you better take care of these athletes, because right now they're at that point where they're on the edge.
And there are some, and to that point, there are some universities where sports are keeping the lights on.
Oh, 100%.
So
I feel like that applies to a lot of universities.
So it's just like, you know, hey, you want to be real about it, just go ahead and go let them make their money outside of it and shut the hell up.
Yeah, well, how do like academic schools get their boosters and money? Like, you know, they just get grants from scientists they keep turning out or something? Like, I don't even know how that would work.
Like a school that has no sports?
Right.
Yeah, like what is a school that has nothing?
Quiz Bowl champs, 1997. Woo, let's go.
Cash them out. We move on to the greatest of them all. The 26th annual Woodward Dream Cruise will return August 21st. Like, you see it right behind me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It happens right here.
I know.
It's going to be our first year with Woodward Sports in action for the Woodward Dream Cruise. But even better than that, it's going to be happening this year because last year, the first in 25 years that they canceled it due to COVID.
You know what I want to do? I want to put a hot tub in the back of our Zot Jeep. You know how they do that? You know, put the liner in there and put the water in there.
Yeah.
And we can roll up and down the street. Like, that's what we have to do.
That's like such a Howell thing to do right there.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm country, boy. What you want?
It's so beautiful that it's coming back.
I know,
happy.
man.
But just imagine if we would have had the upstairs.
Oh.
My.
Yeah, that fifth floor would have been amazing to watch it on. But, you know, you got to make that money. So.
Oh, yeah. just wishful thinking.
It's just, I mean, it's crazy because today, by the way, if you don't know, this is the first day now to where we're back at 100% capacity.
Play T Grizzly.
At everything.
First day out, baby. Cue mask off.
Dude, for real, though, like walking in just the Birmingham roast and seeing the staff not wearing masks. Because up until yesterday, it doesn't matter even if you were vaccinated.
Right.
The health department required all employees to still wear masks. Man, it's amazing.
Yep. Freedom! That's how I feel, even though I haven't worn a mask. But here we go.
And here we go. We pass it off to Paige, our amazing intern from Central Michigan University, to add one more story to this segment.
Alrighty. So Laurel Hubbard, a weightlifter from New Zealand, will become the first transgender athlete to compete at the Olympics. Hubbard was born a male and transitioned into female, and she will be competing in the super heavyweight category in the 2021 Olympics. And what is so interesting is that transgender people, transgender women, men have been allowed to compete since 2003, but this is the first time that someone is actually qualified to compete. She's actually 43 years old, which makes her the oldest lifter in the games this year, which is crazy, and makes her the first transgender person to compete.
Hey, that's crazy. 43?
43, and she's
Sheesh.
still lifting. I don't even know how much weight that
Now, Paige,
qualifies
when we
for.
talked about this in the first time we did Joey's News, we really didn't ask you, as a woman, how would you feel competing against somebody like this?
So, I mean, I get both sides, but I was talking about it with my parents last night because I was like, is this too controversial to talk about?
Oh, never on our network.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because everyone has their opinion and everyone is entitled to their opinion. But after I did a lot of research and after I was reading all these articles, if they identify as women, when you grow up, you're not going to be the most, so let's say if I was transitioning into a woman, men who identify as women later on in life aren't the most masculine of people. Their testosterone levels typically aren't as high as others, and that goes for athletes as well. It's like Michael Jordan is going to be a better basketball player than somebody who is a little skinnier, a little smaller. So there's athletic advantages in same genders, but also in when you're transitioning. And so also another argument is that your testosterone level has to be within a certain amount to be able to compete. And I think that that should make everyone think that it should be allowed because it's technically an equal level. The testosterone levels, which, I mean, help with athletic ability, should be in the same level, and then they can compete.
What's going to be interesting is when we see someone who's transitioned the other way compete, like a woman trying to compete with the men.
I think that'll be a little bit more difficult, especially in the athletic ability-wise. I don't know if we'll see it anytime soon, but I agree it's a little different.
That's a good point. You don't see that.
No.
You know why? Because they ain't going to win.
That's true, too.
That's why you're seeing a bunch of men go play women's sports and dominate. You're seeing it with wrestling in Texas. You're seeing it with all over the world.
Yeah.
And they're going and dominating. You're not seeing it the other way around where a woman, becomes a man and then competes with the men because guess what? I hate to break it to you. We're physically built different. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
That's why I think it's. I don't care what flack I get for that. I think it's pretty whack that men transition to women and go play women's sports. It's not fair.
I think
it's not fair to the. It's not fair to women who were born with a female body structure. It's just not right.
Right. We're built differently, whether you want to admit it or not. That's just nature, man.
Come on. There ain't nobody out there that's not going to admit that.
Oh,
no, I don't know about that now.
Yeah, I've been in plenty of arguments
Come
with
on.
people that think we're, gender and binary and all that stuff is just a concept made up. That
And it's not saying we're superior. It's just saying the facts of the matter.
It's science. It's physics.
Follow the science. But yeah, I wanted to get your perspective on that because I know you do, like, you're in cheer or dance, not cheer. I know dance and cheer.
It's dance.
I know those are two dangerous things to get confused.
A little different.
But
Cancel
like
stick.
that's competitive and stuff like that. And there's certain things like I'm sure in dance, like you want to be able to throw your friend up and can't do a flip. But if another dance team says, "Oh well, this guy is a girl," and now they're doing moves that you guys can't do, it's kind of unfair, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, there's been a lot more male dancers now as opposed to, a few years ago. Like Michigan has their first male dancer, and they just won nationals. He's like an amazing dancer. And
does he identify as a woman, or is he just a male dancer?
He's just a straight male dancer.
Okay, so they're accepting males now into the dance.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm saying this as a dancer. Male dancers are better at some things. They jump higher. They can turn quicker, and it's just it's biology. But then again, if somebody does want to transition over, it's the levels of testosterone. It's the levels of estrogen. I think that it should be. I think it should be allowed. I don't find it. I mean, obviously, if I was competing against someone who transitioned, it would be a little different. But I'd still kind of see it as they identify as such. Their levels are the same as other people. I think that they should be allowed to.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to hear from a female perspective, and it's great.
Human body's crazy.
Oh, dude, we're science projects,
Like
man.
when
We're
you
miracles.
when you think about it, literally miracles is the word to describe it. It's just crazy how like even having this conversation, it's just nuts to see like just the way that our bodies are made and how some are just stronger than the others and how evenly balanced it is when you look at the genders and
Or the facts that even humans survived, that we made it this far, man. Like I always think about like the first early humans and about the infant mortality rate and how hard it was to keep a baby. Like imagine the first pregnant woman who didn't know what the hell was going on. Like and then all of a sudden like this human comes out of you. You have no way to take yeah, dude. The fact that humans are even here today and we've established this planet the way we have is amazing, man. We're amazing creatures, and that's what we are. We're animals. We're creatures. Like I don't look at us as anything besides a glorified ape. That's what we are.
Ooh, people gonna be mad at you.
That's fine.
I mean, it's
Be mad. Be mad.
Like,
be very, very mad.
Not saying I disagree with you either.
What do you say to people that want to cancel
mad at you too, Corey?
Man, people don't
What
like
do you
me
say
as it
to
is.
people that want to cancel you, Stick?
Bring it. Wouldn't be the first time.
I'm getting me a cancel stick shirt, man.
I'm surprised you don't have one already. I gotta be honest with you. If we're being honest here, Corey.
Dart throwing darts at it.
I hate this motherfucker.
I was looking for your signature line.
What do I always say, Fish?
Well, I mean, you don't say it very often. When you say "bring it, motherfuckers"?
Yeah, bring it.
So I was looking
Bring
for
it.
that.
Oh, okay. That's Fish's new line, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's what six.
No, I mean, people may hate, the religious people may hate that because they don't believe in evolution. Like, there's just, listen.
I'm religious. I don't even hate that. What's there to hate?
Dude,
Damn, I just got canceled too.
2021, man. Like, there's something to hate in everything that we say.
Oh, yes.
I'm offended by the way you look right now, Stick.
That's fine. Deal with it.
Hey.
You know what my dad used to say when I'd complain or anything?
What?
You got the same clothes to get happy in.
I mean,
And that's it?
Facts.
That's it? Hard
He's
facts.
an asshole. Identify as a millionaire. I want my money now.
Okay, easy. Here you go. That's how it works.
All right, we play a Monopoly. I got you.
Oh, crap. You just got chili in here.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
listen. If you got to update that wardrobe or something to stay a little bit warm, well, you don't want to do that right now. Let's get some summer wardrobe upgrades. BridgeStreetExchange.com. You got to check them out. WSN is that code word to get 15% off because you got to take advantage of this. It's the Woodward Sports Hookup. BridgeStreetExchange.com. They got that new location inside of Somerset Collection.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Oh, wait, I'm trying. There we go. Couldn't get the music playing real quick. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for being a part of the conversation today. We've had a lot of good stuff to talk about today, too, which is nice kind of during the slow sports moments.
It's about to be rough.
But we often have guests in the studio, and the only reason we're allowed to have guests and the only reason we're allowed to do anything in the city of Detroit is because of this man that we have in here right now. Joey, I know you have some issues over this weekend that you wanted to talk about.
Hey, man, I was going to talk about that off the air.
Oh.
I could have.
Yeah, dog. You see me watching. I said, this nigga better not sit up there.
Hey, we welcome Uncle Trick to the studio.
What's happening, man?
How you feeling, man? You look good.
I'm blessed, man. I feel good. Minus this little back pain, but I'm good.
That's what happens when you meet me at the football field, Coach Trick.
You know what? Okay.
Hey, I'm saying that. Hey, let's keep this 20 feet away, man. COVID, right?
The show go off at a certain time. You got to walk out the same doors I do, dog.
I was going to say, don't make me call Trick on you, but I was like, damn, this is Trick.
I ain't got nobody else to call.
You told me years ago, listen, nephew, if anybody ever messes with you, you call me. I can't call Trick on Trick.
You know what? You might can. I got split personality.
But you were out this weekend with Joik at his charity event, and you were coaching the celebrity football game. Joey said he scored a couple touchdowns. Did he actually score a couple touchdowns?
No. He dove for the ball a couple times. Wait, did you score once?
Okay, so the one on Joik, Coach.
The one.
He called him Coach now.
He was Coach.
Wait,
got to put some respect on that name.
No, he got Debo on you.
You see, my man with the dreads was y'all runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your boy, number 12.
Yeah, he was on your team.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that one, you remember when I caught the touchdown and you were running out on the field going, no, that ain't a touchdown?
Count. That didn't count.
Because we were playing two-hand touch football, but he hit one hand on me.
Yeah.
And then you guys just wanted to miraculously change up the rules.
No, I didn't change the rules. The referee enforced the
That referee was on some bullshit, too. You know
that.
He was high. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, one thing we all could agree on, though, is just thank you for what you do, man, for the community and the kids out there, everybody at Benton Harbor High School. Like, they were just looking up to everybody that was there. To say that Uncle Trick is my coach.
It was beautiful. I love doing stuff like that, man, all the time. So, yeah, that was fun, man.
And you got a new album coming out?
I do. 1111 is his name. ELEM. Now, 1111 is my way of saying 1111. But I'm not finna do all that. 1111. It just didn't work right. And I didn't want to put the double digits, the 1111 on the cover. It's like Jay-Z did the 444 and somebody else did some old shit. And I was like, let me do it how I would say it. If I say 1111, I'm saying 1111. ELEM.
1111.
So I'm gonna do it my way. This whole album is about me doing it my way, not the industry way, not what people would expect, not the standard. So, it's all about going in the studio and being an artist and not being a record label slave or a record label flunky. Doing what they tell you. I am the record label, so I do what the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Record it how I want. Within my own time. My album actually comes out Monday, June 28th, which is my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you. So I decided I'm going to release the album on my birthday, and I talked to a couple people. Nobody's never released the album on Monday. I said, good. God damn it. Nah, that's when I released mine. I hate when people tell me what other people do and try to relate it to what I'm doing. Fuck them. I do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, the way I want to do it. I'm not a protocol motherfucker. You know what I mean? So this album is that for me. You know what I mean? It's how I wanted to record it,
And you've kept your independence a lot in the music industry like that. And that's, honestly, like a lot of people don't know your behind the scenes work with like licensing music and production and stuff. And I see you got Ant Beats producing more stuff on this new one, Detroit versus Everybody. If you haven't heard that song, get out of the city, first of all. But second of all, go listen to it. But Ant Beats, he was on that one because I remember when that first dropped.
Ant Beats did the Twerk That Pop That record with me and Eminem and Royce.
Got it, yep.
He did quite a few of my records. That's my nephew. That's actually my sister's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've known since he was born.
So for real nephew.
So real
Yeah,
nephew.
real. That's my little sister's son. So he patterned himself after his uncle, and he loved what I do and what me and my brothers do so much. It was natural that, he went right into music and has become very successful at it since. So
I love how you call everybody else nephew, but your real nephew is your sister's son.
yeah, that's nephew. That's my nephew. That's my nephew.
So I know you're releasing this on your birthday, June 28th. So early happy birthday. Are we dropping it at 11 lim?
No, he's dropping it at midnight on the 27th at midnight.
Okay.
Because my record release party is the night before, so I want to bring my birthday in and the album dropping at the record release party.
Oh, so it's a birthday party / album release?
Yes,
Oh,
it's the
shit.
27th at the L Club, so it's a VIP record release party / birthday. We're going to sing happy birthday. We're going to have a shot and we're going to get the fuck out of there because I got a picnic the next day, the Health Nick, brought to you by Fly Zone Radio and Beyond Meat and Snoop Dogg, Doghouse Records, Right Way Auto. We're doing a Health Nick, so it's all healthy food. It's, vegetables, fruit. Even the lemonade is made with alkaline water and agave. No,
Man, you got bougie on us.
No, I got healthy.
Yeah.
I don't like all that bullshit in my body. You know what I mean? So you want to always, especially when you get in your 40s, you got to monitor that shit. You know what I mean? And be careful what you're putting in your system. So take care of your temple. So if I'm going to do a picnic, then it's got to be something healthy. I'm not going to feed the children because I want to do, my grandbabies came in town, so I want to do my birthday party where they can come. On my birthday so they can come. So I made it kid oriented.
Family friendly.
So I got bounce houses, face paint, magicians. Belle wouldn't let me bring my own animals. Belle.
I'm a magician. Trick, I'll come out there if you need me to.
Please do. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get an invite. I don't know anything about magic.
Please, you all are invited. Please come. Yeah,
Don't come as the clown, man.
Please come to the record release party and the picnic. So it's
We're there
a lot of
both.
fun.
You know that, Trick.
Most definitely.
Man, there's just so much to talk about. I haven't talked to you in like a couple years, I feel like. So there's just so much to catch up on.
How was COVID for you? I mean, you look at the music world, the whole music industry, I feel like we haven't been dropping music like I thought they would be dropping music. How was it for you?
I worked through the whole thing. I hired since before COVID, so I made sure I kept people working and kept my employees working, and getting paid. So I built a school during COVID. I'm on 8 Mile in Van Dyke. I bought a building and built it out and did what I needed to do in there. Now I'm gonna put some students in there in the fall and teach them everything I know. So through it. Granted, towards the end of the shit, like about 3 months ago, I got sick, not resting, doing too damn much, around too many people, and I contracted the COVID, and but here go the shit. I knew I had it because I felt it. My test results came back negative.
Come on.
So I was like, okay, so we were going to record say I had a fucked up flu because the bitch had me down 3 weeks, and I missed 3 weeks of being productive, which is a no-no for me. So, but my body said, sit your ass down, don't do nothing else. I lost my appetite. I lost like 15 pounds. I didn't lose my smell and my taste, but it was, I'm gonna tell you some shit. I had a dream on one of the days, my sickest day. I had a dream that I was picking out my casket. I was telling my family what I wanted them to put me in, and I snapped out of that dream because I'm one of the people that can activate in my own dreams. If some shit ain't right in my dream, I'm gonna find a gun or I'm gonna take off flying. Like, I know how to do this in my sleep. So when I realized in my dream, oh fuck, I'm dreaming, I ain't picking out my casket, I got up and did a dab. You know what a dab is? It's pure solventless THC.
Oh, like a real dab. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Trick just waking up like
some heavyweight head
Get me out of this.
THC in a honey badger. And it went in, oh my God. I was on the back porch coughing but it was coming out. You know what I mean? So I kept pushing this shit out, and it was my road to recovery. For another 2 days after that, I was back on my feet because I was man down for a minute.
Damn.
Yeah, but yeah, you know. So I mean, I did good moving around and traveling, and you know, I didn't limit myself because of COVID. I just put a fucking mask on, you know, and keep, you know, I was already funny about touching door handles and shaking hands with everybody and all that shit anyway before COVID. So, you know, but granted, you know, we survived and here we go. We got new music, new movies, new shit, and we back on track. So
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we got.
It's good to see all these people with no mask on. I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah, it is nice, man. It's weird now that we've totally switched to where if somebody's wearing a mask, they look out of place. Like, now, I'm
but
glad
you
that's
still
the
doing
comfort
that
level.
shit, though, right? I mean, but you know, hey, do to each his own. You know, the same thing I say with the shot. You want to take that shit, go ahead. That's on you.
Right.
I'm not, you know, I'm not promoting it.
Man, Trick, I gotta ask you this. I know you big on sports. I know, Joy, I gotta beat you to the punch on this one.
Go ahead.
With the way Blake Griffin left Detroit and went to go play at Brooklyn, is he gonna be in the no-fly zone?
Personally, nephew, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Them niggas rich. I don't give a fuck what they do. You know what I mean?
And he smashed Kendall Jenner.
You know, and then when you
Dude's
figure,
really rich.
When you figure, like, you know, he got a job to do, and he got to do it the way he want to do it. So you got to respect that shit. If he feel like he ain't getting what he need to get done where he at, by all means, get the fuck on. Go do it. You got to be great within yourself. Fuck what everybody else talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they was tripping. LeBron left what? Cleveland? Was it Cleveland? He left Cleveland. Man, he's come back and buy a $20 million worth of scholarship a fucking year. Fuck him leaving. Leave him alone. Let him do what he do.
Yeah,
right?
you can say that directly to Stick, man. He's the #1 hater of LeBron leaving.
On the court, man. How many times I gotta say he does great things off the court? I said that all the time.
#1 hater.
He's a cry little bitch on the court, man. I don't care what y'all say.
Hey, listen. This
Flopping
might be
all the time.
true.
Dude's huge and he's flopping.
Yeah. This could be true. I had shit to do.
It is true.
So
it is true.
I can't keep up.
One of the things we've been talking about here is like every team that we've had that's been successful has had an identity. The bad boys, the going to work Pistons, the grind line, you know, the Russian Five. For the Lions, we've never really had that. And when we were having this conversation, I forget who it was, but somebody put it in the chat that we need to have a no-fly zone secondary. So
For the Lions?
Yeah, so like take it back to where, you know, like we got to shut down corners, we got safeties that'll light your ass up over the middle.
Yeah,
would you be okay with them adopting that if the Lions had a no-fly zone?
I need in.
Yeah,
we got to get back to the another one bites the dust. You know.
There we go.
We got to get. The Lions just need. You know what the Lions need to do? Stop being pussycats and follow the lion order. Be
What's
a
the lion order?
The lion, or a lion does what the fuck he want to do. You know what I'm saying? A lion, he goes and he controls the situation. He takes control. He's the leader of the pack. You know what I mean? They have to be lions and stop being cats. You know what I mean? That's all. You gotta go out. You gotta feel that shit. You can see the lack of confidence in these guys' face. You know, when you looking, it's like they're not sure about what they're doing. You know, they need the right motivation. You know what I mean? And if I need to go in there and motivate their ass, give me a jersey, put me on the goddamn payroll, and let me go motivate these niggas.
I'm down.
It's interesting that he said that they look like they lack confidence because that is with the Lions. It's interesting you said that because in his introductory press conference, that's what Aaron Glenn said about the Lions defense. It looked like they lacked confidence and didn't know what they were doing. So to hear you say that and one of the coaches say that, right on the same path. And also, too, when he's talking about being a lion, it kind of sounded like he was describing Dan Campbell a little bit.
Honestly, imagine Trick with Dan Campbell.
Oh, my God. Unstoppable force.
Hey, have you ever bit a kneecap before?
What?
You ever bite a kneecap before?
Never.
You ever shot someone in the kneecap?
He was a cop. And shot him right in his fucking kneecap, you bitch. Fucking.
Hey, one thing I want to thank you, too, for, is when you look at Detroit as compared to all these other cities when all those riots were happening, you stepped up big time. And you're like, listen, we ain't going to take that in Detroit. And you see, obviously, with James Craig, our former Detroit police chief, the way that Detroit was compared to all these other major cities was bar none.
It had to be, you know, situation presented itself. Somebody had to take control, and my mother always told me, you don't like it, do something about it, you know. And I saw we was close. You know, I had to walk up in a mob of over 1,000 people in the middle, take the bullhorn and say, first one of y'all spray paint, break, tear anything up, I'm bringing corners, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. If you want them problems, then let's go. You can go down there and think you finna wrestle with them police all you want. Each one of them niggas got 2 guns apiece. They ready for your shit. So go on your bad ass down with them rocks and sticks and them damn signs. I get your fucking point. I get the point. I'm with the point. But this shit, what are you doing? What is it doing? You banding together, you blocking traffic, you really stopping the civilians from being productive and moving. You ain't no fucking threat against no damn police department. Get your ass somewhere and be ready to vote within your local elections to make sure those type of pieces of shit that commit those actions against those unarmed brothers don't make it into the police department. And the chiefs and the governors and the mayors don't make it into those seats that would allow that type of behavior. This marching shit, this some bullshit. Marching is supposed to be for marching. The original meaning of marching was we're not catching the bus. We're not going to spend no money with the city. We're not going to spend no money with the system that keep their boot on our fucking neck or their knee on our fucking neck. We're not fucking with that. When you hit them in the hip, that's when they feel it. This walking up and down the street blocking traffic don't do nothing but fuck with the rest of us. And if you don't want no smoke with them police, you don't. Y'all look like a bunch of Iraqi babies trying to fight them fools over there fighting in that shit. You know what I mean? As if you mob your ass down my goddamn block and leave your flag, I'm gonna hate you too. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have those problems in Detroit. For the most part, thank Chief James Craig for, you know, making sure his officers understood that there's consequences and repercussions behind those type of actions, and they will not be tolerated. You know what I mean? That way, we have a better understanding. A lot of the cops in Detroit, they live in Detroit. They understand Detroit. They move about Detroit. So you have to know your community. Community is people, business, government. You know what I mean? You need all 3 of those to work and, you know, be conducive with each other. They got to work together in order for it to be a solid community. You know what I mean? And if police don't have an understanding with the community or even know the community that they policing, this when you're going to get this type of shit, you know. But yeah, we are, and that's us working together. We have to work together. The police ain't going nowhere. Defund the police. Okay, who the fuck you gonna call when they come bust your fucking door down, knock you across the head, and fuck your little sister?
Those same damn people are calling the police when they need them.
Don't defund the police. Right. Put them motherfuckers in order. Get them in line. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all of us. We all have to do that. So when I go walk in front of a mob of 1,000 and tell them, y'all better not touch nothing, I'm doing what it should have been 100 more of us out there doing that shit.
That was going to be my next question because, you know, we're obviously Detroit, and you're as Detroit as it can get, man. Like, is there other cities and other people like you in other cities that, like, reached out to you or like, hey, man, I saw how you handled that situation? Are there more leaders around the country like you, is what I'm asking? There is? Okay.
Definitely in Los Angeles, definitely in Houston, Texas, there's a brother named Trader Truth who is definitely the truth. In Los Angeles, there are various... You know, lots of brothers out there that are like me, who I actually take a lot of stuff from out their notebook, out their playbook. Big U was from Los Angeles, Crenshaw, Rolling 60s Crip. So, and this guy is the leader of all leaders. He come from the dark side, so he understand it. Now he on the light side doing all great positive things for the community, for the children. And I mean, when you see somebody with a reputation like that, that's very in line with my own, and you see the type of things that he do, it's very influential.
Right.
You know, and it causes me to be better. It's not like we're trying to outdo each other, but it's good to be competitive in goodness and doing great. So it's like when you see, I'm motivated when I see Trader Truth giving away food or doing something, I'll be like, you know what? Let's do that, sweetie. You know, or you know how we go with Wish Upon a Teen and we go in the hospitals and redecorate the rooms and just, you know, give, because receiving is not the problem no more. You know, so now it's all about who to give to, when to give, and, you know, how to make things better. And that motivation came from people in other cities. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome to hear because there needs to be more men like you, just
a
period.
little bit longer.
You had your time.
I've always been about the righteousness and the right things for my city. And granted, it caused me to get a little violent sometimes to make my point understood, but that's because people wasn't listening. They don't listen when you say, hey guys, come on, hey, we want to calm that down. You say, sit the fuck down, then they hear you.
Then they listen.
And shut the fuck up. Now we get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I won't lie, Trick. Like, this interview right now, just having you in here is literally giving me chills because I feel like these last 16 months has just been straight bullshit. Yeah. And I haven't had no realism like something right now. Yeah. Because seeing you say all these things, it just makes me realize what these last few months really were. Yeah. And that we didn't miss a beat. You know, it's like we're going to get right back to the same Detroit that we once were. Yep. Mm-hmm. Might have a new police chief right now, but it's still going to be the same trick, and it's going to be the same people still fighting and keeping the city moving because I'm proud of Detroit for the way that we handled this whole COVID because it wasn't something where we just stopped and then now we're going to get back to our life. Yeah. Like you said, you were keep working, you were giving jobs, you were building schools.
I remember he had lives on the west side of Detroit. You did something with Mary Sheffield and Zeke from New Era Detroit. Yeah. I was out there getting photos of that, and you preached the same message that you're preaching right now, and follow through with it.
Yeah, keep going. You gotta focus is all about. Focus is all about seeing it, action. You gotta convince your mind, body, and soul collectively that we're going in this direction. It's got to be in the direction of righteousness and what's best for you, number one, and then what's best for everybody else and your people, your family. Who wants to walk around frowning and being pissed off and upset and negative all day? You know what I mean? So you got to be in control of your energy and move towards. That's what greatness come from. A consistent focus. A consistent drive. I remember my father called me one day and told me, "You putting something away for retirement?" I said, "Retirement from what, Pops?" I'm retired. What? Do what am I? And then do what? Sit around and do nothing? This train is rolling until it's a wrap. Until it's over with, and it's always gonna get bad. So there's always gonna be a reason for us to do better and for us to help others do better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you gotta put it in there and put it in here and keep. It's gotta be here. You gotta feel that shit in your soul.
Right. Trick's like, man, when I was sick for those 3 weeks, that was all the retirement I needed.
Yeah, I don't like sitting down that long. I like 1 day a week, Saturday. That's my Sabbath day. Peace. I'm chilling on Saturday. But when it get dark, showtime. You know what I mean? We get Friday night. I have a hard time shutting down Friday night, which is when my Sabbath actually starts. Yeah. But Saturday, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not cutting no grass. I ain't not cleaning up nothing. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? You got to give your on the seventh day, the Most High rested. You know what I mean? So, and the Most High created man in the image of himself. It was a voice, a vibration that created all of this. We are the same things. You know what I'm saying? So when we speak into existence. If you follow the law of the Most High and move in any direction you want to go, guarantee you will be successful at what you're going for. It's a guarantee. It's science. It's mathematics. You're going to get there. You go that way, you're going to get there. You got to pee, what you got to do? Get them here towards the bathroom, right? Right. Or you're going to make a mistake. Suppose somebody want to interrupt you while you're on the way to your little emergency. You're going to tell them, hold the fuck on, I'll be right back. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. I got to go. This everything. When the bullshit can hold on, I got something important I'm doing. I got to do this. I got to do this. It's a way of life. It's a way of life.
Philosopher.
Man, I just love that you represent this city because you mentioned things like soul and you mentioned things like honor and integrity and living the right way. And, like, honestly, I've traveled around the country. I've lived in other cities, but that's something that Detroit has that not a lot of other places do, man. Like, there is an energy, there is a vibration, there is a soul to being from here. And whether it's we all just feed off each other in that way or whatever it is, or we're all looked at as underdogs because we live in this and, it's literally Detroit versus everybody. Like, that didn't just get made up. Like, that is real, because nobody's here to help us.
That shit came from no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came from me saying, hey, don't move.
Yep.
No, I ain't letting nothing else in here until we get to paying attention to our own. If we don't recognize what we have here, we done fuck everybody else. this us right here. We need to do this right here first. You take care of home first, right?
Always.
Yeah, you don't go spend all your money somewhere over the bitch house. You go take care of your goddamn bills. You're gonna be.
And then if you got some extra funds, then you do that.
Then you throw your bitch.
That's
money.
your business.
Here's some towels, bitch.
That's your business.
Well, Trick man, we're out of time, but man, you are welcome back anytime. We could have this conversation go on for another 2 hours, and I'd be happy
Thank
with it.
you.
So.
11/11, 6/28, June 28th. My new album, 14 tracks featuring E40, Burner, Redman, and a whole lot of people from Detroit.
Nice.
Yes,
you messed me up now because anytime it's going to be 11/11, I'm going to think in my head 11/11.
11/11.
11/11.
So make sure you look for that new album coming out. Trick, thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me, man.
Mikey, always good to have you in here. And shout out to 8 Mile Vodka and the Born in Detroit swag you got on right now. You got to represent. And Fish, we're not going to be able to get to your facts today, but save them for tomorrow. All right, buddy? All right.
Hey, Trick, you need a security, by the way, or you been straight?
Huh?
We got Fish if you need security.
You got Fish.
He needs security?
No, you need security. We got Fish.
Shit.
Dude's a sniper.
God bless you, Fish. I appreciate you, but I wish a motherfucker would. Try me.
On that note, we are out of here for the day. Baligian and Bell up next, 11-1, and then don't forget the hook 3-5, and you got your chance to qualify for that $25K in crypto coming up at noon and 4 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning.